don't give up the elevation angles.
Well,
My friend, don't give up
therefore, if you use
the
navigation, therefore you're not going in a straight line,
no,
right? You're
what
not
I'm saying is
going.
don't give up that your navigational tools that derive elevation angles. No,
Well,
no,
then,
my friend, those things are what proves flat Earth.
I
but
agree.
you have to
Don't
go in a straight
don't give
line.
up your radius. Don't give up their radius.
How can
Don't
I
give
end
up your flat angle that you took to make a elevation angle. Either
How can I end up where
it
I
took
started
you
if I
a
don't go in?
flat Earth
Wait,
angle.
let him reply.
I must go in a straight line in order to arrive where I
There's no
started.
straight lines on a globe, my friend.
He knows that.
That's what I'm saying. I must ignore all science and navigation and
No, you
Oh,
must don't
no,
say
but
you must
you don't
ignore
ignore.
what's
Well,
reality.
let me
You
help him
must
out
ignore
because you
what
two don't know
is.
each other as well as me and him do. So let me explain it to him a little bit better.
Well, explain that he's not ignoring science and reality. He's actually
He,
subjecting
he's
himself to science and
you're
reality.
right. Wait, there, you're using a real form of navigation and measurement, right? Which he's talking about, which is even
Mm-hmm.
with like planar surveying, for instance. But when we use a sextant, and like he says, when you draw an angle line, for instance, right, like you shouldn't get rid of that because that's true navigation that he's talking about.
an then
Bong, bong, because he's not talking about navigation that's used on a globe. He's talking about
I
navigation that they've
know.
tried to emulate onto a globe, right?
Reality. We're talking about reality.
No, I'm sorry. I'm being sarcastic. If you go in a straight line, any direction, you might end up in Antarctica. That's what I'm saying. But if you think you're on a ball, good luck. You know what I mean? Going in a straight line. But how do you go in a straight line anyway? I mean, how do you know where you're going? Oh, I'm looking
There's
at the
no
sun.
straight lines on a globe. Yeah, there's no straight lines on a globe whatsoever.
Yes, there is no such. If you think you live on a globe, you've never known a straight line. If that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know. Like 90-degree angles. I'm sorry, you guys are all wrong. It's
Yeah, the
89.
90-degree angle of a sextant measurement
That's the
of an
sextant
angle,
measurement of.
circles of equal altitude. That like people ask what the
Let me
proofs
post the stuff.
of flat Earth is like. Well, we have angles, we have elevation
These
angles,
are arguments that me and
we
Nathan
have circles of
Oakley
equal altitude. That's
and
thousands of miles that are flat.
listen, me and Nathan Oakley, and basically I think it was I think Steve and another guy as well went through this like before even Q was saying it, and I'm very tired right now. I have my nightcap, so
Dude, do it.
but let me just show you the information in which he's talking about, right? So this information is very important. It's important and it's pertinent.
It's very important.
Sextants, okay, sextants and weapons. Identification of parameters of naval artillery. That's really interesting as well. Navigational files is interesting. I mean, that's artillery sextant MP4 here for some reason. I'll just post all this shit. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, we're looking for the horizon.
I know. I've got it all, dude.
We like the horizon.
I've got it all, dude. Don't worry.
Orion.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard if you get really high, you can see the horizon.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is my favorite flat earther. That shit's flat. You wouldn't expect to see the curve. Love that motherfucker.
Because Tyson is a flat earther. I know, man. Mother pizza.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is like does have
Yeah.
Great
my
flat,
debunking
great
for me
flat
because
earther.
most people are like, I see
He's
the
the
curve
best
out the
hostile witness.
picture of a window out a window.
He's a traitor.
The best hostile
Well,
witness.
no, he's good. He's getting paid. He's not a traitor. He's a good guy.
And Bill
That's just my feelings for him.
stuck
It's
here.
kind of like I have the same feelings for Matthew Lance, by the way, Bon. Like, Bon,
Yeah.
I
I
feel like
like
he's a
Matthew.
great.
Matthew's
Yeah, no, I don't just like him. I think he's doing a lot more work for Flat Earth than a lot of people.
yeah.
No, I mean the whole conversation came up because it's like we were talking about how good Campbell's bat soup is, and then we were just like, hey, might as well just talk about how flat the fucking Earth is and how nobody has a fucking clue. Now we're just stuck here talking about that. So
Yeah, you've got your star at infinite distance. You've got the how a sextant actually works versus. I'll post even more.
I mean, I
Phases,
love
man.
elevation angles. When I take that A of A and I'm flying, I put my finger above a little toy.
Angle of attack. Or angle of equal altitude, you mean?
Yeah, it's fun for me. It's funny. It's just funny, isn't it? Just humorous now. Because it would be. I mean, Crack Villain knows the globe Earth would have presented itself to him already. But we're just here having a good time, having a laugh about, natural science and, why do you believe the things that you believe?
The trick is to not give in to the dark side when it comes knocking. It's like,
I mean,
fight.
yeah, it's not even that. It's so much simpler. If it was that simple, it would be much
Here you
easier.
go, dude. This is the stuff that you want right here. Yeah, the
Well, I
stuff
like
I'm
red
posting in the live stream for you right now.
tomatoes, peppers, green peppers, and cucumber. Peaceful things, things, and
I
stuff.
like the artillery sextant the most, but yeah.
Yes, straight lines. That's how they work.
I don't know. Just when I was saying hey, you're traveling over a distance, and it's that distance is 31 miles of drop, and they're just like hold your finger, and then they laugh hysterically, ha ha ha, you have a little airplane model that you put on the globe to make, and it's like they're laughing at their own model, and it's like I don't. What do you're laughing at me putting in boom 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 flying around your little toy model. In reality, they're not dipping their angle of elevation to accommodate for going around a curve ever.
Ever.
So pilots, so all aeronautics is proof of flat Earth, and I want them all to come and talk to me. Maybe they'll talk to Crack Villain, but hey, guess what? I'm here. Crack Villain has passed the torch off to me. He's like, hey, come talk to fucking me, you fucking retards. Fucking, and they're like, oh, every child that I talk to about the globe Earth, they know a lot about it. I was I bet they do, because they just say, wow. And
You
then
got to
they're
say it.
asked another question because you're the one that told them, after you're done grooming a child, you little fucking pervert, well, can you tell me what the profound questions they had were that you say is more intelligent than any flat earther you've ever fucking known? Oh, you fucking creep. You fucking disgusting. Dude, these people are disgusting creeps, dude. I'm in this chat all day. Ace, you're a creep. Fucking Ben, you're a creep. I'm into the break in case you want to know about it. You're fucking creeps, dude. Why can't you prove your fucking delusion to us? All you have to do is disprove reality, disprove. I want them to show me that they are standing sideways on a ball, spinning at sound speed, and that's the case. I don't know.
Who's a creep?
Am I creepy? Am I creepy for asking for
who's
that?
a creep? I said
I
who's a
guess
creep?
I am. No, the people that don't like you, man. The people
Alright.
that don't like me. They ask me some real creepy fucking shit, dude. And I'm like, dude, we're just talking about the nature of reality. And you're trying to be a fucking weirdo about it, dude? Fuck you.
Yeah, not worth speaking with. Not worth your time.
And it's like, let's keep going. Like you're a fucking weirdo. Like Ace. Like, bro. Instead of asking little frivolous questions, why don't you just come and say, like, why you think that you live on the side of a ball? Like,
Well,
just
look. Have you heard of Michelle Pfeiffer? Have you heard of her? The things that she's been
no,
saying?
not at all.
She says she doesn't believe in life, right? That life is real. See,
There's a lot of weirdo shit, right? It's so weird.
She's the one that says you're a complicated rock. She's the one that says, yeah, she says some creepy shit. But
That's
don't
why
think.
Flat Earth is
I'm
there
gonna play that in a minute.
for children. It's there to save these kids. And it's like, I don't. There's nothing other than like, here's the ultimate truth for you. Is that everything that you know is a lie.
About 67 genders. Is that creepy? Or I don't know what the number is now.
That's just creepy shit.
I mean, yeah. That's
And they want, that's what they want. Oh, we're the anti-religious. And it's like, no, really, Flat Earth is the anti-religious because that's a full religion. That's a full cult belief. And these little kids are believing that shit. And they're teaching, and they have free reign to teach that shit. They're sponsored by the government to literally teach that. They're sponsored by the government every day to teach these kids how to run the cash register. And that's it. And
Well,
that's fucking
when you have politicians and movie stars, promoting those ideas, that confuse people. Like this generation is growing up,
this sad, poor
believing.
generation.
So their mind, the way they think and the way they understand is not the same world we grew
Yeah,
up
that's
in.
why it's really sad if a parent is there is like, oh yeah, believe what they say, yeah, put the fucking mask on and shit. But these kids aren't believing this dumb bullshit.
Well, yeah,
They don't want to wear that
that's what I'm
mask.
saying. If you explain to them how things work, it'll click. That's why it's good speaking with young people. Because if
And
you,
I'm in a very, very good position because of the fact that within the pandemic,
communicate.
young people are more willing to speak to someone like myself, even because of the pandemic. Like, they want to speak to us more. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm saying it's like 5 out of every 10 people I speak to on the street are like, yeah, it's flat now. 5 out of every 10.
That's
5 out
true.
of
The
5 out of every
market is
10,
so much
bro.
bigger than what anybody could ever fucking say because it's like, yeah, like it's like I don't want like because saying like, oh yeah, like not wearing bat soup is bad. Like it's so fucking like everybody knows that. But saying like, hey, guess what? Everything you believe in is a lie. The Earth is flat. People are like, now we can talk. Now we can have a discussion. Before any of this bullshit, dude. People want to
Did you
talk
look at
about
any of
this
the
stuff.
diagrams that I posted?
People want to talk about it, And it's like, oh, maybe I don't get that it's flat, but there's something going, there's something that they don't believe about this metaverse that's been presented to us. And it's like, okay, what don't you believe? Like,
Now we
what's
can
wrong
talk
with
about
that?
organizing militias and arming ourselves. Motherfuckers.
They're there doing their own political stuff, and it's like at the same time you just be like, like the Earth is flat as well. Did you forget? They're all like hyperalized about some politics or whatever.
Are you watching live stream voice text, dude?
And arm our children with information. See how that
I
works?
hear you.
Because that's
Yeah.
what really protects people is having the understanding that how things, the nature of reality, right? The truth, what they're really experiencing, man. Like
It's just like the like little comic books. People want like little comic books, and it's like, oh yeah, we almost had our lives destroyed, and they don't give a shit that their entire bank account went bankrupt. You know what I mean? They're just like, oh yeah, like cool. They did a little cartoon shit, meme shit for me. People love that. They love that they bring the meme to life.
Then they bring the meme to life, but then the meme
They
itself is
brought the meme to life, and then like, I mean, obviously us, we're like, I find qualm with that, but most people are just like, yay, that's so cool, 1,000 pictures brought to life, and fucking make my economy move in whichever way. I don't give a shit. They don't even know.
Hey, Crack,
What? Dumb as shit.
uh,
what's up, Helio? Yeah, Helio.
What's up? Yeah, it's me. Yeah.
What's up, Helio?
I'm wondering, like,
You
Crack Villain
man.
just hey, shout out to everybody here and everybody involved in all this shit.
This shit is fun. Thank you.
Anyway, so Crack Villain, you posted a couple images. I can't, when I click on them with my, they're pretty much the same size. I can't read what it says. What are you posting? What is that? The past two images. Can you explain those?
that's
These are
crazy.
monetary systems controlling our entire emotion.
I'm pretty sure I asked Crack Villain and not you.
I know you did. I know. I was just saying what I got from him.
It's how the moon and the stars, the pattern.
Oh, now we have another person besides Crack Villain answering my question. When I asked Crack Villain correctly.
Can I answer?
No, I want Crack Villain to answer it. He posted the fucking image. And
Me.
what the fuck?
Dude, I feel like they're probably better equipped to answer than me. Like it
Well,
seems.
I can't read it. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know that. I click on it and I can't even see what it says.
Oh, okay, dude.
What's it about? What's it about?
So we were talking about sextants, basically. All the images I've posted, I've not been able. I can't find them for some reason on the live stream.
No, live stream voice text. The past two images you just posted. Can you not read them either? I can't fucking read them. I click on them and they
Right. So you have the zenith angle at the top. You have the apparent ray of light from one star, right, on the last image. Then you have the true ray of light in between the two star points on the left-hand side. The angle of parallax, right? You have the angle of the DP, which would be the observer in the middle, okay? You have the angle of refraction. You have the sensible horizon, which would just be the horizon. You have the sea's horizon, then you have the true altitude as well. Then you have basically the zential point itself. When we draw up all of these lines, right, when it comes to using sextants, right, to celestial navigate, like, you can do all this shit, right, but, like, yeah, try to do it without a flat plane.
Yeah, and with a sextant, of course, it actually proves that, if you navigate across Earth and the angle changes, it proves that.
I'm really tired, so like, that's why I'm like.
Okay, anyway, but I think I know what you're gonna. You don't have to do it. I'm fucking with everybody. I always do that. But anyway, so yeah, if the angle changes as you're moving across Earth, it actually proves that the light source is much closer than they claim it to be. So anyway,
Yeah, the flat sky.
yeah.
Gotta love that.
So anyway,
Gotta love the flat sky assumption.
Yeah. Well, it's not an assumption.
I mean, it's measured
everybody.
reality.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
Scott,
there are claims about all these, celestial objects being all these, multiple distances, from Earth.
I don't know if
The
I can
sun
right.
and moon. It's really hard to say any distance, but those are pretty much what create life on Earth. Not create, but sustain life on Earth. As the creation, the sun and moon. We have to have.
Like those, they have the photons, and so really we have to consider the photoelectric effect.
Sure, but with the I think that the quote unquote planets in the solar system are excuse me are similarly effective by they I think there's an effect there as well. But I wouldn't even discount any other light in the sky. But to proclaim a distance or even an approximate distance to one of these based on what you might see through an electron telescope or electron.
I mean, no. That would be cool if they could do nuclear energy. Like some
No, they can't.
nuclear fission
Not that way.
and
Well, no, no.
fusion instead of fission. I mean, if they could do
Well, I'm
some
just saying
fusion instead of fission.
sure. I mean, but you wouldn't be able to tell the distance
I mean, ask them how bright
to
the lights were.
Polaris or say what's the middle star in Orion's belt? Andromeda, is that what it's called? They
Well,
claim to know.
that's the
They
whole
claim to
problem
know
is
the
they claim to
distance.
know. Yeah, they claim to know the distance, and they claim to know the brightness, and it's like, well, the sun is supposedly like so much bigger times than the you know eruption that was caused from in Japan, in 1940.
There's questions about
And so
that too,
there's
but
lots
I'm
of
not going to get into
questions.
that.
There's lots of questions, and nuclear fusion isn't proven. So there isn't gas like this gaseous body that is perpetuating energy for all of us to enjoy every day. Like it seems like that was a very dire thing that was presented, but they presented it to us in cartoons. And then they also present to us cartoons, and they say that the globe is that which was destruction is what is presenting to us like why we have the energy to live.
You
And
know,
I and
here's
I
here's
call
another energy
on
source.
all of it. Like this is what flat Earth is.
Here's another
It's,
energy source.
flat Earth
Hold
is I
on, man.
don't believe in your nonsense. You globe
Yeah.
Earth goons. Like
Here's one. Here's one. In the
I'm a
beginning,
test snake.
God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void.
Well, they don't like that. Automatically,
No,
boom. They don't like that. So, and it's like, I agree with you. I agree with you, though, Helio, for sure. But there's a way that we have to talk to these goons.
all right, so, but here's their story. In the beginning, nothing became something, and
Mhm.
it exploded and
And so
created
they believe
the
the
heavens and
same
the
thing.
earth.
It's like they believe in creation as well. It's like, wow, that's magnificent. You guys believe in creation. You believe logically because we have no systems, complex systems that arise from nothing. So you believe for sure that complex systems, rocks, gravity, all this nonsense,
No,
all
we
like
have
clumped
actually
up.
we have evidence that our claim is more valid than theirs. Nothing. You
Yeah,
can't.
polonium
Nothing.
radio. I'm a poloniumite. Yeah, polonium radio.
Are you talking about the Rate Project?
I'm just talking about sort of the jokes that they talk
Radioisotopes
about
on the
us.
edge of the Earth. You're talking about that. I think the Rate Project. I've talked about that.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Well, go on. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I mean, I
Sorry,
wasn't
buddy.
sure if you're really familiar with the well, it's ICR, Institute for Creation Research. They had they you were talking about radio polonium halos or polonium radio
Yep.
halos.
Yep.
Either
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
you say it. Which are captured in granite, which can only because the decay rate of polonium is just a
Mm-hmm.
few seconds, and they capture these
Mm-hmm.
halos in granite, and so anyway, that was
Hey, I showed up just to hear Helios sing "Holy Diver," and then I'm out.
All right, are you ready? No, I'm just playing. I'm not gonna do
What's
it.
up, Helio?
I'm
Dude,
not
we
gonna
were
do
just
it. What's
really talking about what it is, dude, and that's maybe what it is, bro. Sing it, dude. Let's go.
Well, I could do
That's
it,
what
but
it
not
is,
tonight.
dude.
I can't do it tonight. I've had a long night, so I
That's
can't
what
Hey,
do
it
it
I was
tonight.
just I was just playing, bro. I just wanted to say what's up to you. What's
Hey, how
good,
you doing, brother? Been a while since we talked.
right? Yeah, I heard your voice. I was like, oh, gotta get in here, man. I haven't talked to Helio in a minute.
Helu came in to like shut down a little troll, and we appreciate it.
Oh, he was listening, so that
Yeah.
means he heard me and he didn't come in. So now I see where we're at, Helio. I see where we're at.
You think I'm trying to
You burned
avoid you,
yourself
bro?
out.
No, that's not the way it works, bro. You always know, you know me, man. I have to be in the mood to jump in, and I heard, I heard. Well, Into the Break I mean, he's fairly new here, so I saw him in the YouTube chat, and I heard the conversation, and so I wanted to kind of jump in and just give my 2 cents and a little bit of that. But yeah, I've had a really freaking long day.
Well, thank you for coming and having fun with me. It's fun. It's
I
a lot of
love all
fun
you guys, man. I mean, it's good to see Jose, back because I know he's in and out sometimes too. So yeah, don't give me
for
shit.
sure.
We're not jumping in sometimes. He ain't giving me shit, but anyway, yeah. Shout out to Jose, man. He's holding the fort down, like a lot of us are trying to do here. We want the best experience that everyone can have, inside the Discord and on the YouTube channel. We, we're not freaking vice lords over anything. We're all just freaking trying to help everyone have the best experience they can in every possible way. So, because knowledge can lead you to truth.
I think that's what's beautiful about flat Earth, man, is that everyone that's a flat earther, in my opinion, I have not met a person that came straight to flat Earth. I don't know if that experience is the same for everyone here, but I've never came across a person that said, "Oh yeah, flat Earth was the first conspiracy that woke me up." I haven't met that person, and what that tells me is that everyone that came to flat Earth had a journey to get to flat Earth. Literally, like they had to freaking go up to the ends of the earth, if you want to call it that. Like they,
At the ends of the
like yeah, man, they started somewhere, right? Like look at me, I started with fluoride in the water. That was my first conspiracy. I was 18 years old, and I was already like, I remember I was on MySpace, bro. MySpace when MySpace was a shit, right? Tom was my friend on my top 8, of course. I started with that shit, bro. I was like on a weird forum, and I found this picture of some. You know how it says like recommended people that could be your friends. I clicked on a profile picture because I liked the picture. It was like some Illuminati picture of the eye being like shot, and I thought that was cool or whatever. And I wanted to steal that picture. When I clicked on that guy's freaking profile, all his whole page was like conspiracy shit. And it was like the Illuminati this, fluoride that. I was already obviously into the Illuminati. To me, I don't even think that's a conspiracy. Like I don't even consider that conspiracy. Like the Illuminati is like legit shit. But anyways, fluoride in the water. He was talking about how fluoride's in the water, and I was like, what the fuck is fluoride? So I started looking at what fluoride was online, and I'm like, dude, these like like even the town where I was, I'm like, they fluoridate their water. All of California fluoridates their water. Like everyone's fluoridating their water. That's probably what's dumbing down people. That was my first conspiracy. My second one was probably like JFK, and then like my third one was probably the biggest one. Huh?
How did you find out about like fluoride being, dumbing down people, or what? How did?
I looked into it. I actually looked up fluoride, and I looked up how fluoride was used in World War II, like by the Nazis, and what it was used for. And it was used to like kind of like make the men or like the people like
docile.
A little bit more docile, right? Like a little bit like not as not as bright, not as like like not as rebellious. It would kind of put them in a state of mind where they were more easier to control.
Okay, cool.
And
I want you to clarify that. Go ahead.
You see, they're doing that. Where you have the fluoride in the water. You have
That's the point. Yep.
No, but what's more is you have the chlorine. So you have the chlorine gas. So whenever you have a hot shower with chlorine gas and fluoride, yeah, sure, of course you're gassed. Of course you're gassed. I mean, I'm sure the biohazard list has been, spread around this place enough, and it's like, no, you're partaking in biohazardous materials.
Right.
Every time you think you're getting clean.
They put the chlorine and the fluoride in there for your safety.
Yeah, dude, they do it for your teeth. Come on, bro.
They do it to play a joke on you. Like, hey, we're doing you good. We're doing you a solid. Go breathe in the chlorine gas and the fluoride.
It's crazy, bro, because like fluoride is the big one now, right? Like everyone's familiar with the fluoridated water, but like I've seen some videos of some people take samples of their tap water, and it's like there's shit in the tap water that's not even like admitted that's in tap water, like even pharmaceuticals, like all this random shit, dude. Like like fluoride is just like the one that I think we all can agree, like they admit that one, but there's other shit that's in there that's like not fully admitted, But we all know, like,
they don't admit it as long as you don't make a video about it.
Well, we can make all the videos we want to. It's already been done. So what's number 2 again, Jose? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, it was J. I think if I recall, I do want to say I was going to JK, but no, it's actually chemtrails. Because dude, it was like a progression. Like it was almost like if I was brainstorming and I wrote a timeline, it was actually fluoride in the water, and then for some reason, fluoride somehow gets you to chemtrails, because that's like the next thing of poison.
And then you talked about chemtrails. I think chemtrails are fake.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter.
I think
like,
chemtrails
I'm not going to argue if they're. I'm not going to argue if they're fake or real.
I think there's certain types of chemtrails, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue if they're fake or real. I'm just telling you like my timeline, right?
Chemtrails. Maybe we should argue about
maybe we shouldn't. But what I'm saying is that like my timeline was like fluoride in the water, chemtrails, JFK, and then the big one hit me with 9/11. After 9/11, dude, I completely distrust the government.
Isn't that so weird?
Like it took me 9/11 to fully distrust the government. Because, dude,
the break. Hold on, bro. Let Jose finish his statement, and then you can respond to him, please.
I'm sorry.
It's not that hard, bro. Come on, you can wait till I'm done.
My bad.
It's all good. So, after chemtrails, after all that, like 9/11 was the one where I finally because I'm not gonna lie, before 9/11, I still had faith in the government. I thought they were doing good, And 9/11 was the one where I was like, fuck the government. Like I was like, fuck the government. Like they're like not the people in government, the people that are in control of government. Obviously, the people at the very top. Fuck them. I'm not gonna say fuck to like my girlfriend. My girlfriend works for the government. She's in the military. But point is, that's the biggest one for me before Flat Earth. 9/11. After 9/11, I went through all of them, like Operation Mockingbird, I knew about Operation Paperclip before even Flat Earth. I looked into all those things. I even looked into alien shit, dude. I was into the whole fucking Glocka shit, ancient aliens. I looked through everything I could think of.
Did you ever look into like Planet X or all the?
Of course, the 10th
shit?
planet, Nibiru.
Yeah,
I looked into Egypt. I looked into Thoth, the Emerald Tablets. I looked into freaking what's that shit called? Atlantis, the Atlantic conspiracy shit. I looked into all that stuff,
What
Brian. I'm
about
telling you,
the expanding Earth? The expanding Earth? You found out expanding Earth?
I didn't. I don't even know what that is. Extending Earth. What
See,
is that like?
expanding.
that was like
Did
the
you say
thing for me.
expanding?
Expanding Earth.
Expanding Earth, like if it's still growing.
So, like if you bring all the continents together and then you expand them out. Yeah, you go to Pangea.
Yeah, Pangea. Yeah, it's
Pangea
Pangea. Where
doesn't
like
make any sense. But if it was like a very smaller Earth and it was fully crust, then we would have a stuffed crust pizza that like blew up and made a big pizza. That's what I believe. And
I think
that's the stuffed crust pizza. It's the
Earth.
yeah. It's like a cheese. Dude. Have you ever made a cheese stick, dude? Make a cheese
don't know,
stick
man.
with the cheese stick, wrap it around, and guess what? The gas pressure will cause it to exchange into the oven. You know what I mean? Like,
check this out. I mean,
this is just natural science. I'm just talking about natural science, natural things, bro.
I'm not down with the stuffed crust pizza Earth, but
Dude, I'm not down with that either. But I'm just saying that just that has a certain like tasty aspect to it.
How long can you? But you lasted a long time and you let Jose finish. But when I start talking, I don't. Do you really? Is this something that you're saying is like? Well,
I'm saying that the gas
crust
pressure
pizza.
only exists within pizza. Yes, I am saying that.
God,
that is what I'm saying.
That's not what Earth is. Do you live on Earth?
Earth isn't a pizza. Yeah, Earth isn't a pizza. I know that as well.
Okay.
So what's the oven? What oven are they using for this Earth? Are they using a whirlpool?
The oven that they're using for this Earth is the sun. The sun disk that goes around the sky.
So is it wood fired or is it?
It's sun disk fired.
Sun disk.
Sun disk. Like that's what you see.
Like nuclear fusion.
That's what you observe that goes around the sky every single day. So I'm not trying to talk about anything crazy here. I'm just talking about what our natural science is.
No,
I do get what you're saying. I think the analogy.
That was talking crazy shit, talking about pizza crust.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get what he's saying. But the analogy just made it kind of ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
what you're saying is like at a certain temperature. I get what you're saying. What you're saying is at a certain temperature, the Earth would expand, and I get where you're going with. It's just the analogy you used kind of made it kind of ridiculous. I think it made it kind of funny,
Man, he was trying to make a joke, but it wasn't as funny as you thought it might be. That's all I'm saying.
It wasn't really funny. Yeah, it's more of like a hunger and desperation joke.
There's a hunger inside you to expose these fucking assholes.
Dude. Anyway. Hey, I just love how that crust crumbles, you know? It's geometric. It's a geometric.
Dude, I just hope to God you're not fucking serious about this bullshit.
It almost sounds like something.
Believe it or not, we've heard some crazy shit, right, Jose?
Right, that's what I was gonna say. It almost sounds like something a flat Earth society person would say as a joke.
Well, dude, I hope it's what a flat Earth society person would say, not as a joke, like some serious shit.
No, there's no such thing. Not as a. Well, I mean, I hope people don't think the flat Earth society is a thing. Like a real thing. Those guys are supposed to do their job, But anyway,
thank you.
You just came here to help us out. make this fun and help everyone, promulgate information, and so hopefully that was a really good joke, and you almost got me there, but because I was about to freaking roast your ass
Dude,
if you weren't
thank you,
joking.
bro. Roast me. Fuck yeah, dude.
Anyway,
I get paid for this shit.
Nah, we don't have to
If you
roast you,
don't get paid, I
bro. We
feel
don't have
sorry
to
for
roast you
you.
based on your joke. You'll get
nobody
roasted on
here
your
gets
own joke
paid.
later.
Nobody here
Because it's gonna
gets
get hot,
paid.
right? It's gonna get so hot because we're in the oven. I'm just like, you'll roast
That
yourself
would be
later.
cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, it's a
Nah,
fun
I'm
Anyway,
just
game.
playing, man. I'm
It
just playing.
is.
All fun and
dude,
games.
the
Well, it's
Earth,
just like
like the Earth has
all,
no curvature. It's just so hilarious to
yeah,
me. It's
cool.
like I gotta kind of like.
Well, fun and games aside, and to put everything out there, nobody gets paid to do this here. This is my phrase that I created. This is the best place on Earth to talk about Earth.
The discussion is natural science. Please.
We all come in here as volunteers to do, because we're so fascinated with creation. It's amazing.
Dude, it is. Like, I swear to God, sometimes at night, like, I'm not lying to you. Just last night, I was like going to sleep and I was just contemplating, like, dude, who the fuck put this shit together? Like, everything, like in
I
this
know you
place.
can't
Like,
stop thinking
I
about
can't stop thinking about it. I'm just like, how did this person, I don't even know if it's a person or, I don't want to get into the
it. I mean,
whole
where does the
biblical
power come
discussion.
from? I mean, where
Yeah,
does it
it's
come
it's
from?
amazing. It's amazing, bro. And like it amazes me even more that people think we're fucking complicated rocks, Like, that amazes me even more. Like
Wow. Wow, now you stepped into the great abyss.
Don't be stepping on
I
Michelle
love.
Tyler
Dude,
now.
that was great. That was great. I mean, because that's what all of us are here for. We're here to have a conversation about natural science. And these people that are troll and really mean to us,
The
they think we're here to
conversation
have
is
conversations
like,
not about natural science. It's like the whole conversation is
yeah,
natural
sure.
science.
The conversation is filler. The natural science part
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
is the punch in the mouth.
yeah, yeah.
So
Exactly. He li-
this is like, I mean,
it's
you have no argument against what we can show you about how you're completely wrong when you're just like Big Bang, billions of years.
but
I have
Helio,
any
I
evidence for
have
that?
beliefs that are thousands of years old. How are you going to negate
Oh
those?
well, thousands of years. I can't necessarily touch thousands. It depends on
But
there's
what.
actually
Helio, I have
there's actually a good
There's a
one
lot
for
of
that.
history involved in thousands. It might be a
Hey,
certain
real
portion
quick,
of
Bro,
it.
ask
for
more
into the
questions.
break, when people do say that argument to you that thousands of years, you can always tell them that it's an appeal to tradition fallacy, because that's
Yeah.
in a like it's
Well,
an appeal to
believe me.
tradition.
Have
Yeah,
you come and hung out with
yeah.
me in my in the YouTube chat? Come hang out with me in the YouTube chat. I love it, dude.
Yeah?
Not enough you cool guys come hang out with
Who are
me
you in the
in
YouTube
the
chat?
YouTube chat.
What YouTube
It's a
chat?
very vile place to be, but it's just
It is
fun
a very
to
bad place.
turn the arguments around on people. It's very fun. And then the best they have to do is to escape from their claim and run away. That's all they can do. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh, I don't like flat Earth. That's why I started talking to you guys.
Even though I'm
They don't
captain
like
of
flat
that,
Earth. Flat
I think
Earth,
you're talking about my YouTube channel. Even though I'm the captain of it, I don't
dude,
like to
you
hang out
are
there,
it,
bro.
bro. Hey, and
Well, I just don't even like to hang out there. But
Glad
in my
Flow did a good service to the. I just want to say, Glatflobe did a good. I don't want to. I don't want to have that like sort of like spot on my back, like a like a little spot, like for them to target to. So I don't want to.
Man,
But
don't worry about that
I'll
shit. Say
do
what you want to say.
the
Say it. Say it.
comments. But like
Me and
Flutter to me is something beautiful. It's what is reality,
yeah.
and I think that our
Why
alignment
we do
with
what we're
Flutter
doing right now?
we get each other, but it's fun. I was just saying, like Glad's a good person. You're a good person.
I agree.
I'm a
I
good
agree with you.
person.
I like Glad.
We're all good
Glad
people.
Pope's a good guy.
What about me?
Are you Sasha?
Are you
Are
begging
you
for
Sasha
somebody to say,
2.0?
"Oh yeah,
Hey,
You're
you're a
Sasha
good
what's wrong with
guy"?
that?
2.0. I don't know.
I never beg for somebody to say, "Oh, don't you remember me? I'm a
I'm
good
kidding.
guy."
God, calm down, Helio.
I didn't even know who it was, but I just hate when people do that.
Yeah, I wasn't doing
It's
that, by the
rookie.
way. I was just saying, like, you guys are fucking cool.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I think you're cool too.
Hey, I like everybody though, as I wouldn't give you all such a hard time.
Yeah. Even the Globies are cool, as long as they're not Ace, who just
Yeah,
spins
as
their
long
wheels and never, like, let's have a cool discussion, And it's like, Ace wants to be like,
I'm
hey,
telling you,
do you agree that we can agree on reality? And it's like, what the fuck are you talking
hey,
about, dude?
into
Like,
the fight.
What about
I'll tell you
CGI
what,
fan Dan or whatever his name is?
the YouTube chat can be total shit sometimes, and I select certain moderators, and I can remove or add them at certain times depending on even their
well,
opinion. Been
just
doing this
just
for
know that they're gonna be
several years.
complaining about me because I'm the fucking king of that shit.
All right, cool,
And
man. Talk all the
Glat
shit you
will
want
back me
to in
up.
there.
Glat will
Yeah,
back
yeah.
me up,
Talk
and
all the
he's
shit
like,
you
"Yeah,
want in
definitely
there.
don't moderate them, but definitely be like, don't listen to nobody if they saying
No, I'm
to."
just saying because I know I mean, there's a
They get
shit
super
ton of
mad
stuff
at
in
me,
there.
dude.
No, it's cool. It's cool. What Can are you? Do you have the disability where you can't let someone finish a sentence? Is there something wrong with you?
No, I don't. I'm just hyper. I'm sorry.
All right, cool. So what I'm saying is, I see you in the chat. You can go ahead and say what you want to. Yeah, Glatflobe's been there for quite a while, and yeah, it's. I won't say it's a lot of people might think it's heavy-handed. It's mostly the Globers that think it's heavy-handed.
I
But
know, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
we
Like,
do
it's
pay
a lot
attention to what's
on
going on.
KG. I want to give a lot of shout out to KG and even Winter Rain. KJ and Winter Rain,
Yeah, I mean,
wonderful
yeah,
moderators.
yeah, it's cool.
Wonderful moderators.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool.
I didn't
I
know
love
Winter
them.
Rain.
That
I
under
didn't know she
control,
was like a flat
that's fine.
earther. I thought she was a well earther.
Hey, Ed, I'm not sure if you're aware, but
But give Glatt his moderator status back just because he posted the most pivotal like information, the flat earth information. Like, he was always posting the flat earth
hey, I'm
facts.
going to tell you what. That's between me and him, and I don't
Well,
need to be talked
can you
about
get
that here.
those and then
Hey,
pass them on to me?
just that's between me
I
and
got you,
him.
brother. I got you, brother. I got you.
Shut the fuck up about it.
I got you.
I love the motherfucker. I love him. I love Gladflow. So, but
But
that
I love those.
him.
I love those little, the flat Earth proofs that he would slide in there all the
Why?
time.
Me too. I'm just
He
saying.
did.
Just
Can you
saying.
get those? Can you get those?
I'd let it go if I were you. Point made. Your point was
No.
made.
Okay. Boom.
Oh, there's this
Can
fly
you still hear me? I'm sorry.
that just got away, a really big fly, and then it came back in, and I got him. It reminds me of these Globers.
Did you catch him with your chopsticks?
It's a fine water, dude. It's a big
Yes,
pot.
Are you talking about bat soup?
Talking about Globers.
Campbell's bat soup, bro?
Never had no bad soup, homie.
No, I don't. I have never tried that.
Good.
I think I had turtle soup once.
It has to be fruit bat if I'm gonna eat a bat, right?
I've actually wanted to try turtle soup. I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those guys that like my dad raised me to try weird foods because he grew up eating weird foods, bro. Like my dad used to eat snakes growing up because like in Mexico where he lived at, like they actually had to hunt for their meals. So my dad ate whatever had four legs or slithered. He said he's ate iguanas, he's ate rabbits, he's ate fucking
What about
snakes. He's,
Turtle in a heartbeat. If I,
dude,
if there was no other meat
We don't.
around, fuck
no, no,
yeah.
listen. He ate. He even eats what are those things called? Possums. He's ate possum,
Yeah.
which I think is
All
fucking
those
disgusting.
things
But he
sound
says they're
great.
good. Yeah.
But did
Oh,
he
they're
eat
really
the bat?
good, bro, believe it or not.
Tools for the shell,
Soup.
and 'cause we use the shell to make all kinds of tools. And I guess you shouldn't. So in Samoa, it's like a sacred fish. It has to be, like the chiefs and all that stuff. But it's for the shell. You know what I mean? To make stuff out
Well,
of like tools,
that
lots of
on that
tools.
point, Bong, have you guys ever been fishing and caught a turtle?
No, well,
I
people.
have.
Yep.
I
I've
have, and
got
it's just like
turtles,
I feel bad for the turtle.
crabs,
It's just like, why do
clams,
I feel bad for the turtle?
fish,
I should have
Turtle,
fucking took it
boots.
home and freaking.
you
Dude, I
don't need
actually
to
love
I don't know
watching.
how.
Hey,
I've
I don't know how
Helio.
to
some
clean a
crazy stuff,
turtle,
bro.
but
You know,
Helio.
turtle
I should
lives
have
for
freaking.
50
I
years.
should have took
I
the
some
did
turtle
people.
home
find
and ate
out.
the meat. You know.
Hey,
Some
Helio.
people.
I actually got addicted to watching just turtles being cleaned because a turtle, even if you cut its head off, that shit will. Even if the head's completely off, if you put your finger in front of that turtle, even if the head's chopped off, it'll still bite your finger and bite it off probably. If it's a
Right.
big turtle, yeah. And I find it so interesting how it's like it's been dead for like 5 hours, and as they're cleaning it, it's still
Really,
kicking and
even
moving
that long?
yeah.
5 hours?
Yeah, some of them last like a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit. It
Holy
depends on the turtle. I don't know how it works, but I've seen some videos where the guy's saying like this has been dead for like 6 hours. It's been chilling in water. It's not moving, but as soon as he started cutting into it, it started moving like again, like if it feels the pain still.
Holy
It's
shit.
yeah.
That's a long time to be dead
Yep.
That's
and
creepy.
still moving.
You should
Yep.
just
Holy
like hit the head
I
really
mean,
hard,
those
or
things are, I mean, you got to
I
eat
mean,
your meat.
it might be good. I mean, it might be
still alive, man.
interesting.
Is it still alive? This is
Well,
reflexes, man.
No, it's kind of like a
what
chicken
I
when you,
heard is that they're
you know,
so
It is
like they don't
still
have
alive.
brains. No, no. What I heard about turtles that their brains are so small that they don't use their brains that they actually have muscle memory. So their muscles are still like working even if they don't have the brain because the muscles are working independent of the brain. So what happens is like yeah, even if you take the head off, like if it's still like pumping some, it's still pumping blood, it's still kind of doing its thing. So if you were to scratch the turtle, it's gonna react like if it was still with the head. It doesn't know the head's gone. you
Dude,
know,
that shit is
I
it's
mean,
muscle
really
memory.
hard. Like, if you want to eat turtle
Lizard.
meat, I'm
I
trying
got
to
lizard.
figure out. I
it's
mean,
even more creepy, dude.
because turtles, when they're attacked or they get scared,
You want to talk about the philosophy of that?
I'm just trying to figure out how to get turtle meat.
Well, I mean, the turtle meat, like, let's just consider that, like, you're the human, and I believe in
You
eating
probably
meat,
have to like have a pry bar and a decent
but
knife.
I would say that your life expectancy is that of what you're going to be consumed by. So you can expect for your life expectancy as a goat to be consumed within minutes of your adult life, right?
I'm not
It's
trying to be
very
rude, and I
bleak.
don't
I'm
know.
not saying that this is
I
going to
don't know
be
if it's.
not going to
Hold on, I'm not trying to be rude. I
very
want you to repeat what you said and put it in
picturesque story.
context because I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Can you like put
Me
me
either.
in
I don't
perspective?
know.
Yeah.
Well, let's say,
Are you into the break or into the beak?
yeah,
I don't
both.
even know
Into
what
the
the
beak
fuck you're talking
is
about.
sort of the joke.
Into the
But you're going to be eating, and you are either going to be consumed, or you're either, and especially in nature, if you're a bird, right? You're either going to consume or be consumed.
Okay, I get you now. I
Okay.
get what you're saying though. Now you put it in context. So I get what you're saying now. I know where you're going from. I just did it when you first said it. You didn't put it in context. I was like, "What is he
Yeah.
talking about?" Like, you know, like when you said
the
nature, that's all you
context
have to
is like,
say.
this is
As soon as you
very,
said
this is
nature, it
very
made sense.
dark.
You
This
are what
isn't,
you choose.
go pet your fucking kitties and your dandelions. This is, you have to live. Reality is, you eat meat. You are meat. You eat meat. There's no, I'm not going to tell you that, hey, guess what? You need to eat more strawberries and more
Some of the turtles
flowers.
that you might try to capture or you accidentally capture.
We're not talking anything
I'll eat some
sexual.
fish, some chicken, maybe.
No, I mean,
Eating food. Eating
I've
food.
come across some big ass turtles, man, and they will
I'm not a
freaking
turtle.
try to eat you.
Yeah,
They're not.
my stomach.
They will try to eat you.
Try something
They'll eat the
else.
fuck out of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or unless you eat them. Yeah.
Cannibalism isn't good either. Yeah, I think there's.
Well, I'm not a turtle, and I've never eaten.
Well,
a
yeah.
turtle,
I mean, I wouldn't
so,
eat
anyway.
a monkey,
But I think I would eat a turtle though.
but I'll eat a turtle any
Yeah.
day.
There could be disease, right? You gotta be careful because that's where it comes from, right? So I'm just saying.
No, where it comes from? Like, yeah, this is my problem with not eating meat. Like where's the sustenance coming from?
I don't think it's about not eating meat. I think it's about what the body, what's available. You know what I mean? And yeah, just
Yeah, potato. I mean, if potatoes
less.
are available, of course, eat potatoes. But then, like, also, if you can eat some salmon, eat some salmon.
Right. I mean, if you can farm it, or if you know where it comes from, you know what I mean. But if it's coming from like a mass produced, productive, some
Oh,
kind of
you're gonna
big
pick and choose. You're gonna
corporation,
pick and choose.
and no, because if some
Everything that you do is mass produced. Like, your diet should be number one.
toxin or growth hormones, these things that could affect the meat, right? Then you probably don't want to eat those, right? Because it might
Yeah,
make you
well,
sick.
I don't think that has that much to do with that. How much that everything else has to do with everything. So, like, I would still say eat that meat. Like, if that's the meat that you can get, eat
What
it.
is McDonald's? Is McDonald's meat? Are their patties considered meat?
Well, their
Food?
patties are only fucking 20% meat. So the rest of the
The
patty
word
is
meat,
40% meat. So yeah, I
meat
think that's a very big problem
the
that
word
people
meat means food.
find
The
themselves
word
in.
you're looking for is flesh. There are different kinds of flesh. See, fish is the kind of flesh that I really like to
You
eat.
can
You know,
find flesh easily, and to deny flesh, this is what I say is the problem, is you can easily find lots of meat to feed lots of people, but they want you to go to McDonald's. They want you
to eat
to
meat,
think that you'll get sick if you
you
eat
can't
steak
force
tartare.
or not eat. You know what I mean? Like, especially so the people that don't eat meat, right? If they get all religious about it, well, that's wrong. But then at the same time, if the people do
Well,
eat
no,
meat,
I'm super religious about meat. I'm so
so
religious about meat because I think
well,
meat
then that's a
gives
different. Yeah,
the cholesterol that you need to think in your mind, and you're an animal, right? Like, you're like this. These are, I don't think that you're an animal, but these are things that are derived by what they think, and it's like we have animal meat, and I think animal cholesterol is what your most pertinent organs are based on, and to sort of put them off into a different category, and to say that you're eating like too many like cool cakes and like pancakes and like that's nonsense. Like, how are you getting sick from meat because you're eating pancakes?
I don't think people get sick from eating pancakes. What are we talking about now? I'm kind of talking about like veganism versus fleshinism or so. What's it called? Flesh eaters, carnivores versus herbivores. Is that obviously the carnivores are going to win, right? Because they can eat the herbivores. Isn't that what nature does, right? Like the lion eats the cow, eats the grass.
Yeah, I
The wolf.
suppose though. If did they unblock me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, he blocked me. I think that was like a warning. No, yeah, I think it's definitely you eat what sustains you in life. But to come up with some hearsay story is what kind of like bastardizes the whole like endeavorance of your endeavor. You know what I mean? Like, and we use these words specifically because this semantics is fun. So
Well,
you eat meat.
for me, in the Old Testament, it was very clear. Like God said, "All right, you can eat these meats. Okay, these are good for you. You're healthy, but you can't eat these meats because it's gonna get you sick." See,
Yeah,
He
that
recommended
was the Bible, and it's like that's
distinguished.
really cool. Cool, it's like some people go by the Bible with their diet, and some people don't. My diet is that I don't believe that meat needs fire.
Well, look, there's
I
worms
don't. I don't
and
think. I
they're
think
pigs.
everybody worships at the meat. You
They're,
know,
you have to cook the meat, yeah, because like pigs
everybody cooks at
have
the meat.
worms in it, right?
Yeah, supposedly, right? And I
I don't
think
know,
that
take
that's
that
like
risk.
some
I
bullshit.
won't recommend it.
Yeah, I think that's some bullshit. There's not the worms at the meat. I don't think that you should be scared of your food. I think you should just eat your food. Just eat it. Like, why would you be scared and you need to
Yeah,
turn
well,
fire
why take
onto
off
it?
the hair? Just bite right through the face while it's alive, right? I mean, why even bother killing it? Just eat it alive. It's your
Yeah,
food.
like bite its face in.
Just
Yeah,
bite it while it's
exactly.
screaming. Just
Exactly.
bite
Why be like so
on
like
a beast, right? You are a beast.
vaginal about it?
Take
Like,
beastly
you know what I
nature
mean?
and beastify yourself, right?
Yeah, just straight beast it,
Being a
Like,
man, that shit, cooking food, that's for pussies.
cooking food is literally for pussies. Yes, you're getting it. You're getting it.
Lion, you're a wolf. You're not a
I
man.
mean, that's the funniest thing about
You're
the
pussies.
biohazard list.
You want to
Fires
get all
against
civilized
the
and
rules.
you're savages. I'm
Fires
just,
against the rules. But like, if you believe in all this shit and you have to wear a mask and stuff, like, that's so crazy that you would just drink, some eggs. That's so insane. But that's like becoming not so insane. It's becoming just such a joke because people are like, well, how funny is this? And so we're just doing goofy things, defying what mainstream media has to tell you about things, and people are like, I didn't even realize that was a mainstream thing. is that we gotta cook our food. You know, we're so scared of our food that we turned it on fire. Like, people are like, I never even knew that shit. And here we are talking about flat Earth, and they're like, I just don't see flat Earth going anywhere. You know, except for the fact that a raw meat experiment on Instagram and whatever you want to do, like, whatever you want to do, as long as it doesn't have to do with flat Earth, is going to do so good.
Here's
Like,
one thing: I'm not gonna
anything.
eat turtle raw, right?
People are stupid as shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, bro,
Oh, turtle.
I wish people were smarter, more intelligent.
The Filipinos have this pork thing. What they do with the pork, they use lemon to cook the pork. So it is raw, but the lemon kills all the bacteria.
Dude, the tartare is very good. Don't go full tartared, because I
I mean,
have, and I
you can't
love
do it.
it, dude. I'm full
Yeah,
tartared, bro.
it's up to you.
I'm full tartared, bro.
That's
You have to realize that they want you to set your food on fire and then forget about the fact that you're like literally setting your house on fire with chlorine gas and fluoride whenever you take a hot shower.
I don't.
Like,
What?
you have to forget about that. You have to
I don't
forget
know, man.
about that. Don't
What are
think about the fact that you're setting your house on fire with chlorine gas.
you
Don't
talking
think
about?
about that.
Talking about steak?
No one wants to think about that.
Well, I gotta add the butter and the rosemary. I mean, the coconut oil
Dude, and
infused.
how nasty is that, dude?
With the rosemary, how am I going to do that if I don't cook my steak? It can be
Dude,
medium.
cook
I
your steak outside of the chlorine gas and the fluoride, my friend.
don't know. The fluorine gas. Where?
Anytime you take a hot shower, dude, you're cooking yourself in chlorine gas and fluoride. You don't know about the biohazard list?
You are a little obsessed.
Sasha, you know about the biohazard list.
I'm not
Yeah.
Sasha. I'm not Sasha.
All
Yeah.
of a sudden you're not Sasha? Well,
I
You're
never
not-
been
like,
Sasha. What do you mean?
I know the troll Sasha, and I know you're not that troll Sasha, so like, you're my homie, so you
His name is
definitely
Get
know
Baguette.
about the biohazard list.
His name is Get Baguette, dude. It's not Sasha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, man. Bit obsessed. Yeah, that's a good word. I guess that's accurate.
Yeah.
A little too much.
That's not what's killing you.
It's your thoughts, man.
Yeah. The shower doesn't kill you.
You must control. You must bring them into captivity. Your thoughts.
Yeah.
And you must say to your thoughts.
Well, I appreciate you guys' goodness, because yeah, redirect that thought. Thank you, Sasha.
But
Sasha, hold on.
what?
Listen, I have well water. There's no fluoride introduced.
Yeah,
There
that's a
may be
very
a
good
little
thing.
chlorine. There may be a
Yeah.
little bit of chlorine, but yeah, I agree
Natural.
with Jebby
Yeah.
Jet. Well, I mean, they have to put some chlorine there to kind of, and there's filters too that filter out most of the chlorine. But it's just, if you just drink straight well water, then you might get botulism, not botulism. That's from pork, isn't it? Either way, anyway. But yeah, there's no fluoride in the water that surrounds me. So when I take a hot shower, it doesn't smell like chlorine. I used to live in a city, but I live in the country now, and I'm on well water, and there's no chlorine or no fluoride. But I don't even smell the chlorine like I did in the city. It just kind of depends on where you live and your water system. You don't have to. You just have to be aware, and uh, it's really about your attitude about it more than I'm dying from the chlorine. I mean, if you're really that paranoid about like taking a shower with city water, and then freaking filter all the water that's coming into your house, and then you don't have to worry about that. Get the right filters, and then you're
I
good.
like that. I like that a lot.
But I'm not that worried about it, to be honest.
Hey, I was just bringing up just different topics for us to talk about. I mean, shit.
I'm
Well,
curious. I'm curious. What have you did to better the quality of your water in your household?
Well, I moved, and so
Okay.
I have my water is well based. Like I moved, and it's like I didn't buy some shit. I just am renting some shit, but you know. We all do little things to do well for ourselves, So
yeah, I'm on a rental
I'm
property.
not
It's a community.
bragging or
We
anything. I
all get
wasn't
our water.
bragging. I was just saying that I think that some of these things are like toxic, and we don't talk about it.
No, I think you're exactly right. I mean, but don't be scared to take a shower in the city. Something like that. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be. Hey, guess what? I'm not. I'm not going to be anytime soon, but yeah, I'm not scared to as well. You know what I mean? Like
Do
Yeah,
you have
for sure we're
a
fear
well?
and
causes.
I'm sorry I called you Sasha. Like you're not Sasha. I'm sorry
No,
about
no,
that
yeah,
as well.
Yeah, it's okay, no problem. I don't mind.
yeah.
People confuse
I
our
appreciate
accent.
you
Yeah,
talk. I know
accents
we've talked.
are.
Yeah, I
Some of
know
our
we've
accents can
talked.
be similar, but
I know my accent is just like that full on like he's not French. He must be some sort of English.
you sound
Um,
American to me, but you might be from
yeah,
Canada. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Hey, don't we know?
Anyway, Jebby
uh,
Jabba,
what do you have on the bottom of your well? Is it like land or
me?
No, and
yeah?
my well, no, it is a definite it's some stuff that they're right ready to take up.
I think he was
Most
asking
wells, they're
me.
ready to take up into um they're ready to take up, and it's like this well just is like hasn't been sold.
Where
You
I
know what I
live,
mean?
it's a rental
Yeah,
property,
but
and there's a
if you
community well that everyone gets the water from that is running on that property. So it's a community well where I get my water from.
if you drop like a bucket on the bottom of the well, is it ground? You gonna be lifting clay, earth, mud?
I wouldn't be able to tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where the well's located where I live, but I know
Yeah,
it's.
like where this well is completely clay, and so it's a complete it's clay, and then they have the
Yeah.
big reserve that they built around the what the was the real clay. water, so it's fake, and it's just completely fake, dude. It's completely fake.
If you have if you have earth on the bottom of your well, I recommend.
It would be very
I
great.
recommend you go to a river, mountain river, and gather stones, all the colors that you can see, and mostly the ones which are round shaped, like they are not corner and stuff like that. And
No, it'd be nice to
drop
build a
those on the
nice.
bottom of your well, but not too many of them. Like make 2 layers of stones, one on top of
I could
the other.
actually do. I could actually do
and
that
and that
because
I tell you that will improve the quality of the water you're drinking by a lot.
yeah, no, that's really the difference is where you're getting the water from. It's like really, I'm getting the water, but they don't. They don't want me gathering it for myself.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the real shit. They don't want the water gathering for themselves. It's like you have some sustenance, make a little clown show about it. And so what they do is, so it's not gathering into a little shell. It's gathering into a shell what a school is or some shit. It's like, and then it's like, oh, here's where all the water accumulates from, because we studied where water accumulates in a fucking bag. And it's like none of that. They don't want to jump that water and hope water. No, the whole time they're like, yeah, water's not happening. Like we're having to pump shit into your shit so that you even have drinking water. So that we're drinking fucking nectarine fucking bottles of drinking water. It's just some bull. It's like, I don't. It's some bullshit. Water is bullshit. Where water comes from, it's bullshit. Like, if you were one of the Chinese, you would be telling me, like, how cool water is. And it's like, yeah, we got cool water. Like, that's our best shit. We got water. And they don't have water because literally water is what ran all of our old systems. That's what ran all of our old computers, dude. Hey, who's there?
computer.
Come on. We're talking some crazy shit. Like, fuck water, dude. Fuck, like, what you thought about
You
water,
can't
dude.
say that. That is very evil, negative to say that. It will hit you back
I
if you
appreciate
say
you.
that.
No.
When you
You're
swear
not
at
gonna hit
what
me
at
back as
water.
hit me as specific as it is, but don't say it'll hit me back, brother.
I'm just telling you so you know, so you don't do it again. For your own good. I have no evil mean intention, I
No,
just
I like to
noticed
think
that,
about the
yeah,
perpetual motion, my friend. Hell
it
yeah, let's
doesn't
talk about
exist.
perpetual
Perpetual
motion.
motion doesn't exist. That's imaginary.
I have to go chop peppers. What did I miss?
Yeah.
I only want to talk about like
Not even
how
life.
the
Not
reality.
not Listen, not even life is perpetual,
I mean,
eternal.
literally,
We cannot
the
scientifically
sun goes
demonstrate.
around every day, creating perpetual motion, and we don't have a machine to make like sustenance from that. We don't have like a
The
machine.
sun,
What's the
that
machine
thing,
that is the
listen,
machine?
that thing in the sky, the sun and the moon, we don't know what they are. They can be quantum locked. They can be many things,
No, we know what they are.
which
We
we
know
have
what
no.
they are. It's
Well,
the sun
definitely
is
they are
the
not
sun
balls.
is a transistor that is going around the sky. It's a
That's a
transistor. And so I want to
speculation,
know,
just
I
like
just want to know like what kind of fucking shit are we building off of that? You know what I mean? Like what kind of like that transistor goes around the sky every single day causing a low pressure medium and a high pressure medium, causing all kinds of shit. And it's like, what kind of trouble are we ready to get into with this fucking transistor that's a
I don't
transistor
know what you
creating
mean. A
energy.
transistor is like a switch.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to say what it is, but I mean, what it is it's transisting
Yeah, from
energy
three.
from one
Listen,
place to another and causing
from
heat.
three wires, from three connections. Yeah, you
That's the
choose
only
which
that yeah,
two of.
that's the only other way we've
I'm not
seen that
finished.
from
I'm not
three
finished.
connections.
I'm not finished. From three connections, you choose which two are connected, on or off. That's what a transistor does. It's a switch. And the sun is definitely not doing that. I mean, it's not going on and off in the daytime.
I mean, it could be going on and off at such a high rate that you wouldn't be able to tell. And I
At,
mean, that's
at
just
which
something.
high rate? I mean, we observe the electromagnetic spectrum that it doesn't go off. It's not like the TV, like frames per second. It doesn't have that. It's continuous.
I mean, it's continuous as long as you look at it. And people have been looking at the sun for a long time.
Yeah, well, they say it can blind you, and I really believe that. But actually, now in summertime, I spend time to look at the sun with my
Well, that
naked
was the
eye.
thing that Faulkner
And
said was that the singularity of the moon and
it
sun
does something. It does
proved.
something to your eyes when you look. After you look at the sun, and then you look somewhere else. It's almost like you can't see clear. You see a bright light in front of your eyes, like some
Did you
colors,
did you
spot,
see the
colored spot.
singularity?
Singularity? No.
I saw it myself. I saw it very and what was the most funniest thing about it was there was no moon throughout the sky before it came and obscured the moon, right? Like there's no moon whatsoever. Like we're not seeing the moon. And but for some reason the moon was just blackened. And then those shadows, like, and they were like these little like fish scale shadows that just happened.
Where did you
But
see
they're
this?
during the singularity of the
Is this a
moon
dream
passing the
you had,
sun.
or
No, it was very much real because I made sure I was very much really there, present. to see the observed phenomenon. And what was most fascinating is that the sun was unobserved. You didn't observe the sun until it caused the shadow, apparently, on the moon.
Okay, so
That's
you're
what I was.
talking
This is what
about
I
the
want to talk
sun
about.
eclipse?
That's when this is what I want to talk about. Like, no, like the sun was obscured.
By
But
what?
we did not see the sun before it obscured the light of the sun, right? So we just
In
had
daytime?
we just had, like, for no reason at all,
No, you
because
didn't
we couldn't
understand my.
we
I
didn't
asked
detected
if
the
this
sun.
did
No,
this
we
happen in the
did.
daytime.
I mean, no, you know what it was. Yeah, it happened in the daytime, but we
Yeah.
didn't detect the moon at all. But yet the moon obscured the sun.
Oh,
So we didn't
invisible
see the
eclipse.
moon, like,
Yeah, yeah.
floating through the
These
sky
are
to
these are
obscure.
known.
It was just for some reason that shit was obscured. And we
Yeah,
had
these
no
are.
reason to say or describe why the fuck that shit was obscured. That was
Okay.
when I was full on flat earth, when I was like, yo, this is gonna take my shit. Is when I fucking saw that there was literally nothing that obscured the sun. And they wanted to say
I'm
that
sorry.
was something.
Mic check. Mic check. Do you hear me?
I hear you. Are you there? Do you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I'm not sure you heard me before, but I tried to tell you that the solar cycles predict invisible eclipses. Okay. Did you know that?
Yeah, then I guess that fully visible eclipse was just an invisible eclipse.
Yeah. Invisible eclipses, it means that you don't see them when they taking place, and that's like invisible sun eclipse. It means that the moon will cover the sun, but you don't see this eclipse, so it will be like daytime. Probably, I have no clue how to explain it, but I saw a website about a month ago, and I read about these solar cycles, and yeah, it was told there that there are invisible sun eclipses and invisible moon eclipses at night.
I mean, well, shit. I mean, now
About the moon,
I can just forget
yeah.
about the curvature that we would found from a nice providential timeline. That's fine. I'm just still
I
looking
was
for, like,
curious,
where's the curvature on the Earth?
I was curious. You were saying you saw something bizarre, and yeah, I was curious, like the date and time, and maybe we can check
Well,
that.
I actually observed that from, like, the highest location that you could observe it from, and it was like I don't know, 2,000 feet high on this mountain.
Well,
And
not
when I observed the
no,
shadow around it,
I didn't ask
it
altitude,
was
like
funny to me.
position, location. I mean,
city or country and the date and time, you know.
I
Like
mean,
what
all
year,
that's
what
just like
month.
irrelevant, but I observed that like because that was the great whatever American singularity that was observed in 2016, and pretty
Oh,
much, it was just like all about they just put all the emphasis on, you know, Byron and,
yeah. So
Trump.
it was an eclipse in 2016.
But from what I saw, because I saw at a very tall peak location, is I just found it very interesting that there was all these the fish scale shadows that were around. And people were there, and people were literally there. It's like, where are the flat earthers? No. And I was like, I'm literally right here, standing right next to you. Like, it was funny. That was a legit
No.
scenario. But yeah, that was a very, very fun
Yeah, I
thing
saw.
to see.
I see, I've seen pictures with those
So when people talk
fish
about
scale,
shadows and
yeah,
sticks and
lights.
stuff, I'm like,
It's
we got it. I saw it. I was there. I was there at that peak, and apparently that was just, that's just the best. There's other shit that gets close to, um, you know, a I don't know, the close to them not seeing obscuration due to curvature. And I'm just like, prove the curvature. Like, I literally saw it as bright and as compelling as it can be, singularity. And I was like, that's a very good, like, the fact that I did not see the moon is a very good, poignant fact for flat Earth. It's like, oh, well, actually, you did see the moon, except it wasn't very good or whatever, whatever reason. It seems retarded because it seems like obviously the moon isn't what we think it is. Like, why isn't it that we just would observe it? I mean, it's a physical object, so it seems like why would it not be physical when it's going to obscure the fucking sun? and to me, it's just so funny. Like when Ace and all the Ben, and shout out to my little peons that don't have anything to fucking say for themselves to denounce reality, because reality is reality. Anybody there? Am I still talking? Hey, this is just jackass of the real world. That's what flat Earth is. I mean, sooner you guys stop thinking that this is like some big scary thing, the sooner people start realizing they need to shut the fuck up and start not listening, but just shutting the fuck up. Because they know nothing. Nobody knows any fucking thing.
Yes. Empty your mind. Quiet the mind.
Like, let's just fucking talk about how you know what you know. Like, we'll just have a fucking cool conversation about what you know.
I think you're right, though. The art of shutting the fuck up is well and truly been lost for most people. If they could only get it back a bit, they might learn.
The art of shutting the fuck up. Silence is golden.
I mean, I'm just in here arguing all day with these degenerates, so I just
So,
like to
Hero,
come in here with you guys who are fucking golden and fucking let's just talk about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're just waiting for their turn to talk, right? I mean, how can you, hear what's being said if you're talking while he's talking, right?
Dude, that's the sad part. They're not waiting for their turn to talk. They're just talking. They're just
Yeah.
saying nonsense. And then it's like, hey, you're full of nonsense. And then it's like, oh, prove it. And it's like, oh, well, why are you even here, Ace?
It's
I'm a
like the
chat
first.
skank, so I'm always gonna shout out my chat skank homies. Ace, you little fucking paid shill, and fucking Trillion and all the fucking clowns. Dude, you shill clowns. I get paid. I'm paid to not even be paid. Like, if you're not paid, how very, very sad for you.
Are we talking about ace trades?
Yeah. My
You two
question is, hey, I got a question for you, Ace. Like, why can't you ever do anything that isn't like what a pathetic shill that you are? Like,
Well,
why?
I hope he's using Brave browser, so he can at least get some crypto, while he's visiting us every day. You know what I mean? Like,
Pure crypto, pure.
like at least get something out of it.
He's buying fucking Bitcoin at
Wait
50K.
there. Wait there. What the fuck is Brave
Bitcoin's
browser?
taking over.
No, wait
Bitcoin's
there.
going to be the new
Wait
currency.
there, guy.
Bitcoin at 50K is what the shills love.
Into the break. Wait there.
Hey, now we caused some shit. I'm sorry.
Bitcoin gets rid of bankers.
Oh my
That's
We're
god.
kidding.
Alright, I'm just
Bitcoin's
muting
only
both of you because I
$30,000.
just tried to speak. Alright, you're muted. You're muted. Yep. Live stream can just be quiet for the rest of the night. I'm going to sleep. I get
okay.
it, yeah. Hi, Bong Style.
Hi, Sasha.
Bong Style, you can unmute him in a second.
Because I did the same thing.
What the fuck was just going on? That just woke me up. I'm freezing cold.
Go in bed.
Whoever's speaking now, you're not making any sense for some reason. Like, well, mumble words. Unmute him, Bong.
Oh, what's up?
Unmute them.
Who? Who we were talking about?
I forgot to.
What's his name? Into the break?
Hey, I'm just joking. Like, hopefully I'm not, but I just like talking. Am I muted?
Yeah,
You're up now. But the other guy left, so fuck this.
Very high.
I was trying to ask something, man. You know what I mean?
Fuck it, dude. Fuck
what you got?
this fucking bullshit. Bat soup isn't cool, dude.
6 in the morning, I just got woken up by you motherfuckers talking some shit.
Good morning, crack.
Not good morning, I'm going back to fucking sleep.
Good night.
I mean, the fact that the Earth curves and the best thing they have to hypothesize about it is that, like, we don't curve around the Earth when we're flying in an airplane. That's some big problems with the whole Earth. geocentrism. And so it's like, am I an anti-geocentrist? No. Am I a flat earther? I guess so. Just because you people have labeled me as such, you know. But I'm just like I like to ask questions.
Have you ever thought of Lambada Earth?
Yeah, I've definitely thought of it. That was my first thought.
Yeah.
Was that the
How do you
earth
explain it?
creates sustenance for itself? And no, the way I explain it is that that's the way it is. It creates the sustenance for itself.
How would you explain the Lambada Earth?
I would say that earth creates the sustenance that it has for itself, and every single experience that you have is lambada.
Who is Earth?
Yeah, who and what is Earth is a different question. And that's a
Do you know
question
what
separate
Lambada
from
is?
what's lambada.
Do you know Lambada? The famous song Lambada? Lambada dance?
Well, I mean,
It's spinning, yeah, around its axis and it's tilted, so it's wobbling. Lambada, like Lambada.
yeah, and
That's
so
Lambada
this
Earth.
is what I tell like people. It's like, you know, you
Yeah.
can like have your metaverse, right? Like, of course, in your metaverse, everybody wakes up every day and they're like, yeah, we're standing sideways on a globe and we're spinning at faster than sound speed. But in actual reality, every day of your life, you wake up too, and you're not. You're standing upright, and you experience you experience reality, which is not spinning. And but every
Yeah,
day, at the same time, somebody is telling you that what your reality is not your reality. So now, like people like Ace and people like Ben and all these confused people, these model afflicted is what I call them. You know,
well, the
that's
truth
what Bev
is,
calls
you're
them,
not
model
spinning.
afflicted.
It's an imaginary spinning because you don't get dizzy.
Yeah, and exactly, they're spinning. They don't get dizzy. You know, they're on the side of a ball. You know, they don't know what reality is, and it's like, no, what reality is your entire lived experience. So everybody's entire lived experience is always flat. So it's like, it doesn't have to get very philosophical or needy or anything after that. It's is that that's your reality. So if you want something else, you're gonna have to prove that. And so they really don't like when they're like, okay, prove what gravity is, or prove, you know, what conservation of momentum is, like prove any of these things. They don't like that because like now we're talking real science. And so these people are science deniers,
No,
and
you want to
they
bring
hate
you
and
want
detest
you
and
want to
despise
bring the
reality.
imaginary into reality. You are asking to demonstrate the imaginary, and yeah, that's heresy. It's blasphemy.
They despise reality. You know, that's
Yeah.
why you and XO get along so well, you know? Because XO
Mhm.
just puts them right in their place. Like, hey, you're going to fucking hell for being such a piece of shit, moron, and a retard. But, you know, like us, like me and Helio, we try to be a little bit nicer and give them a little bit more time than that. But the ultimate truth is that, you know, because that's the fact. Like Ace, he's just dancing around, postponing his own judgment, you know? And it's like, good for you, Ace. You think that's going to do something good for you? Ace?
I think Ace has become an obsession for you, man. Like, maybe ignore him. Like,
Hey,
block,
if you
block,
come in and to the chat
block,
with
block.
me, hey, bro, maybe we could have a good time.
Oh, I've been there. I've seen him around, and I had to block him and a couple other guys.
Why?
So
Why would you block somebody like that? Don't block them. You must gain judge. You gain more from not blocking them.
it's
You
because
gain
they're
so
not
much more.
like if they've been doing it for such a long time. Okay, that means then they're paid, right? And they're not worth listening to because they're not there to help or to learn anything, but just to. So it's not
So
worth.
do you think they're paid
Having
to
been,
be there?
well, it's not worth filling up the chat with him. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
but
I
you
just say
think that
that
you directing the energy and the
just to bring up
direction
the fact that
of
these people in the chat that I talk to all the time don't want to come in here and they don't want to acknowledge the fact that I'm talking. You know what I mean?
yeah, but
I'm Charles Monroe.
it's hurting you more than them. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It sounds like you're in pain and like you're
I'm in,
angry.
am I in such pain that I want them to come into here so they can demolish their
There,
little bits?
there are better people to talk to. You know, that's why I blocked them
No, I
from.
mean we all get the same thing. No, I'm only bringing up the people that believe the antithesis of what we don't even believe. You know
If
what I
they
mean?
sound like an agent or like some kind of government, like they weren't like getting paid, I just straight up block them. You know? Then there's
Well,
the
I'm glad that you're not. I mean, I'm glad that you're not the fucking agent or whatever. I'm not either, and I agree with you. But I just have to say the only reason I am bringing them up is because they have nothing to say, and I would really like for them to build a fake toy model that isn't reality, but is based on facts of reality. Quote.
I I think it's difficult enough to try to show people, um, you know what I mean, how it's not a ball. Then to get caught up with all these other red herrings, I think is confusing for people. You know what I mean? Like, especially the trolls, like Ace, all those other
You've
guys.
been in there, you know, troll aces.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but that's why I just say, like, it's like I'm not succumbing to that. I'm just like, hey, here,
That's why Julio took away
where's your best
my wrench.
porn
That's why
effort?
that's why he took away my wrench because I was muting and banning all these people, right?
You were, dude,
Yeah.
hell yeah,
And then
hell
he took my
yeah,
wrench away and he was like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, I'm trying to clean shit up."
bro, yeah,
Anyways, it's all right. I don't
yeah.
care
That's why
either.
they did that to Glatt, and
No, it's all right. It's fine. You know, we
it's whatever. I would rather. That's why I told Glad. I was like, no, I don't want the wrench. I would rather just, you know, act like I have a wrench
I
and
turn him off.
swing it around.
Yeah, but Helio can run his, whatever, however he
Oh,
wants. So it's all
I
right.
mean, he does. I mean, there's already the ones, but no, I mean, hopefully he doesn't delete me or whatever. But
And then
it could happen.
like people like all the trolls online that are always like on Nathan Oakley's show or from Jim Panda's server. All these trolls floating around like
It's so
constantly.
strange. Like, why? It's so pathetic. Like, why are they so desperate about, like, because they were arguing with me about the whole angle of elevation, angle of altitude flight around a globe thing on Brian's. You know Brian from
Sash,
Water.
I
So
wonder
he
if
did. He did a couple things, but I
Are
was
you
just
guys
like under there,
saying
underneath,
that-
and I was just like,
Well,
just brought up
you
some,
look at Athens bullshit, right? It's so obvious, and then you look at these guys' arguments. It's obvious that they're trying to like. Are you guys trying to get people to, uh, you know, this
dude, their
is
arguments are so retarded. Their argument, if you have your finger above a globe, does your finger ever change? Like, if you have your finger above a globe 1 inch, does that change?
yes.
And another inch. I was like, my finger isn't a airplane, retard. And then they're like, you missed the whole point. And I was like, their whole point was like, the curvature starts from where my finger would be, but it was like, but then the whole thing was like, my finger is going over a curve, and it's like so weird or whatever. And then this guy was like, I will tell little kids about like the globe, and they'll get it right away. No flat earther ever understands simple globe. And I was like, yeah, little kids will say, yeah, wow. And he was like, and then he was like, no, they come up with some good questions over you flat earthers who never come up with good questions. And I was like,
Of
yeah,
course,
tell
when
me
you go
what
to
the
Disney,
profound question is that the little kids came up with.
Hey, break.
yeah, sure. I grew up fucking learning about the globe. Of course, it's going to make sense. You've been fucking brainwashed since you were a fucking
Yeah,
baby.
Break. We got a new guy here. Do you want to maybe try
as
talking
a
to him?
child,
What's his name?
tell me what profound question I asked.
Yeah. Do you want to try talking to the new guy?
Pedophile fucking creeps.
Hey, what's up, Ghost? Welcome to the server. Welcome to the panel. Bardouche.
How's it going? Yeah, what up?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
up?
we're just
Earth is flat.
monologuing.
I agree. So
So,
Yeah.
Ghost,
I'm here for the. I'm waiting for some Glover to come in here.
Are you? What's your opinion? I mean, what do you think? Ball, flat?
I'm just here for the discussion. I want to hear what you
I
guys
mean,
say
it's
about
more
it.
like just being obvious. Like, if people have common sense, I mean, the world would be peaceful. Let's be real.
Matthew Learns, that sounds very good.
Excuse me, say that again.
Yeah, we're just saying that since we were little, we've been shown like models, cartoons, movies,
Oh yeah.
educational programs. So of course it's going to make sense. It's the only thing that makes sense, right? But what we're not taught are things like horizons, right? It's not made obvious that the horizon, or that when you paint something, or that when you draw something, right, 2D, that what you're looking at is flat, right? That's not made obvious, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's not made obvious is what science is. Science is only the scientific method. The alternative to science is pseudoscience. And so they teach us when they're teaching us Boyle's gas law and Pascal's law, they teach us what science is, but then all of a sudden they want to bamboozle us. And when they talk about pseudoscience as opposed to the actual validated science that we were literally taught in grade school. So when it's like, oh, you didn't finish grade school. Yeah, I know. I finished it. I finished it all right.
Middle school and high school is when you start imagining things because they're too big. You know what I mean? So you start imagining and reading and seeing them in books, right? No more, it's not even you don't even science it, right? It's more like you gotta
Yeah, but
imagine it.
they teach you what the science is, so you know
Like
what science is, so that
well, you don't.
then when
There are
you go
smart
to
people out
run
there.
your cash register, you know how to run the cash register as well.
Yeah.
They teach you science first because that's a very prestigious thing, and then they're like, oh yeah, you're believing you're off in the you're sideways on a fucking ball and all this
This
nonsense.
is so big, like it can't be. We're still learning about the universe and how it works. So we have experts working on this that have very
We
special.
don't know what gravity is. Neil
We have
deGrasse Tyson, my favorite flat earther of all them all. Neil deGrasse Tyson. We don't know what gravity is.
You're not gonna see curvature.
Next question, please.
You didn't see curvature from an airplane, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
He's angry,
You don't
dude. He's
see the curvature.
like, calm down, man. Like, what the hell? You didn't smoke some weed before you?
How high do you gotta be to see the curvature? God damn it!
You are 2 millimeters.
And then they were like, okay, we're pulling this from Joe Rogan's podcast. Because in 2016 they were about to have Joe Rogan podcast of Eric Dubay versus what's his name, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and they pulled out. Neil pulled out.
Imagine not debating a fucking flat earther, eh?
Imagine being so
Amazing.
scared to debate a fucking flat earther. It was like, because I have my whole thing to do, and so it's like the best they've done since then is talked about fucking mushrooms on Mars. Cool trippy story, bro. How high do you have to be to fucking debate Eric Dubay on Joe Rogan? You fucking retarded piece of shit. You fucking failed.
True.
You fucking failed.
You gotta smoke the good. You gotta eat some shrooms and smoke some weed, and then pop some LSD.
Nah, I'm good on that. We're all good on that.
Yeah. It was funny that Joe Rogan didn't even buy Neil's bullshit reason for not debating Eric.
Yeah,
Neil was like, "Oh, these flat earthers, they just want the first fucking tickets on, commercial space travel." And even Joe Rogan was like, "Yeah,
dude,
what if
Joe
I take
Rogan
ass, man."
failed. He failed so hard, dude.
That's
And it's
fine.
like, that's all we're laughing about. Like, still here in Flat Earth 24/7 is every day if somebody's triggered, it's like, hey, we're just really laughing about the fact that your star flat earther didn't debate your star flat earther, and here we are to this day. Goonies.
Right. So is the Earth gonna look flat from space though? If I go up there,
I mean, if you went to Narnia, and if are you going through that? Do you have a special thing?
a special
Yeah, oh, you
capsule,
don't. Like,
special dresser.
space is length, width, and height. Okay.
I have a special closet.
Can you also scratch your brain if you think about?
It's like Willy Wonka's elevator.
No, it's like, can you scratch your brain if you think of sandpaper?
No.
I just want to see who you are, what you are.
I don't like.
You're a goon. You're a goon, man. You want the chocolate for free, bro?
It depends on the itch.
Look at what Grumpus Well, look what happened to Grumpus, bro. He dived in head first. He's dead. He's dead. He wanted chocolate more than he wanted truth. That's Ace. That's Ben.
Ace.
That's my little hey, little troll boys in the chat. This is Into the Break.
Look, man.
I'm Charles Monroe. I'm Charles Monroe, homie. Come get me. Come get me, motherfucker.
That's why I came here.
I know you got my address. Why don't we have some tea, motherfucker? Why are you acting all distant and shit, little bitch? Come to my place. Let's have that fucking crumpet, motherfucker.
He's never gonna come again, dude.
Dude, Ben's chill. He's about to come get the crumpet. No, but that's what I was saying. I think it's funny. It's like our conversation is natural science. That's it. I think we talk about a lot of things, but natural science is our shit, and so I just want to bring it up as often as I can. Helio will delete me or whatever if I'm out of place.
I can't debate on Twitter, you know, like.
Yeah, I don't have. I have. I don't. Yeah. All I have. The best I have is me talking. So fake Twitter accounts don't matter to me. I mean, the Earth wouldn't exist if it was a globe whatsoever. Like, it's such an absurd, retarded fucking notion that it wouldn't exist. It's just so stupid that go fuck yourself. How stupid as shit that you would want to think that your reality, you live on the side of a wall. I mean, that's where I'm at. Where are you at?
Talk to the new guy about it.
That's a bit.
Come on. That's why, I mean, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
Hi, Ghost.
You're a globey?
Hi, Ghost. Can
You believe in
can
a
you unmute Ghost
little globe balls that
and
you
say hi?
suckle? You coddle little globe balls, you little bitch? Come on, buddy.
Ghost did unmute, old dude. He's just
Come
kind of here
on,
for the
buddy.
discussion, he said.
Don't put me on mute.
All right, okay.
I'm just having some fun.
Seems like a
I live in a reality. We live in the reality today. Guess what? Do we live in a global conundrum? I guess so. Like, but how do you know what you know? How do you know? What do you know?
Oh, you gotta
Why do you
measure it.
know it? How do you measure it? Yeah, precisely. Yeah.
It's already been measured.
Dude.
You gotta test the measurements, right? Because if you don't, then
I mean, I mean, angles of elevation, you know?
may as well
Angles
believe
of elevation. So you're the globey buddy? I'm gonna talk to globey buddy. I wanna talk to globey friend.
Do you have any? What are you on the fence?
For the globe, I have no stance, but for flat Earth, there is Pascal's principles, Boyle's gas law, as well as entropy, the second law of thermodynamics, and you know, I believe in science.
pseudoscience?
No, actual science. So that's why I want any of the pseudoscience fantasists to come in and please let's have a discussion. The reality and science deniers, please come in. I want to have a discussion.
I don't think they're. I think you gotta trick them into coming in.
Dude, what's your name, dude? My name is Charles Monroe. What's your name, bro? Well, all I'm saying is, anytime that you're out and about, tell them come have the conversation in Flat Earth 24/7. I've been telling so many people. So many people are so scared to come in here. Really, they're like, oh my god, are you serious? No, we're not coming into there. People are really like kind of scared. Like they think like we have the philosophical know-how for everything, and it's like, no, we're just trying to have a discussion with you guys about what is reality. But most and what you find like in the likes and the people that don't comment is that they're there. They love it. They love it, bro. They love it. Helio, they're loving it, dude.
You know that all them trolls in the chat are flat earthers, right?
That'd be cool.
No, they 100% are flat earthers.
I mean, they are, but they aren't. But they are.
Oh, they are.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude. That's why I was like, I'm here for no reason. I'm just here to fucking shout at the top of my lungs like, fuck yeah. And then, like, there's so many other people, like, holding my balls up saying, like, yeah, fuck yeah.
I mean, they're flat earthers in, like, the most extreme levels of denial, but they are flat earth. They know
Well,
the Earth's flat.
yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
you had to say that, yeah. I mean, because you have to exist in the flat Earth. There's no reason that you would have a sort of discussion about the flat Earth if flat Earth wasn't something that, like, sort of upsets you. And so, like, that's what I say about Ace and Ben and McCary and the few that I mentioned is they really just love the taste. They just really love it, you know.
Taste.
They're there.
Taste of
You know
flat
what
earth.
I mean by taste too. You know what I mean by taste,
I am a
and they
chef.
know what I mean by taste. Because otherwise, Ben, Ace, you stupid fucking pieces of shit, you would be in here defending yourselves. Instead, no, they're like, no, I just like to be a little soy boy and like make them defend themselves, their cereal selves. It's so strange, like, and that they're not paid is the most sad.
Oh,
I
you
was
don't
like,
know
how much
that.
are you paid? You're
Hey,
paid a lot,
they're
dude.
paid,
You're
man.
paid. You're
Of course
paid a
they're
lot,
paid.
dude. I'm paid a lot, and
Hey,
it's so sad that they're not
If they're
paid
not getting paid
anything,
for what
dude.
they do, then they are fucking retarded.
They're not paid anything, and
And
it's
they're selling
so
themselves short, honestly.
sad,
that's
bro.
why it's not worth talking to them because they're not
Bro,
paid.
how
Because
sad is it that they're not paid anything? That's one of the most saddest aspects of like this all. Like I wish we were all paid. You know, I'm paid a little bit, you're paid a little bit, and then they're paid nothing. How sad!
What are you
Oh,
talking about now, man?
sad,
Who
dude.
are you talking about now?
I'm not paid. Obviously, we're fucking joking. But, like, really,
you're getting
they
paid. What the
should be
fuck?
paid.
Send me some fucking money. Who's getting paid?
All of a sudden, somebody's gonna come in there. Have you ever lied? Have you ever lied? Fuck. I was like, I can't lie. I wasn't paid. I
Galaxy.
lied when I said I was paid. It was a joke. These fucking clowns, dude. These fucking clowns are hysterical, bro. And because they are paid.
They hate us because they ain't us.
My Uranus.
They hate us because Uranus. Because they rain us? Because they anus. Yeah, anus, yeah. That's the one.
Dude, take me off the topic, dude. Take me off the topic. Fucking,
Yeah.
that's it, dude. I mean, all I was talking about was just like how cool it is that there is no curvature for Earth. Like, how cool it is to be curved by you.
Oh my god. It's a ball that looks flat. Ha, so cool.
I think it's so funny. This shit is just so funny. People really don't get how funny this is, really. They really don't get it. It's so funny.
Falling off the edge. The edge of your seat, right? Like, yeah, guesswork. Yeah, astrophysicists.
I'm gonna get to those TPS reports.
Experiments. What, you think we do experiments on the stars and shit? Come on, man. Don't be ridiculous. It's guesswork.
How
And we could
smooth it is to be
By the seat
loved
of a
by
plant.
you.
or we could be totally wrong. Like, totally wrong. Not just a little wrong, like totally wrong. I'm just saying. This,
I mean,
disclaimer.
not just totally, but completely wrong. You dumb bitch.
Everything we know about physics could be totally turned on its head as we know it because quantum mechanics. And it just so happens the Kabbalah and quantum mechanics, it's like, really,
But
Kabbalah?
I really had a reason to love you, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
We could be
That
totally
stuff's
wrong.
flat. That
Man,
stuff's flat.
I'm
Hey,
saying.
my favorite. Hey, if anybody has a problem with flat Earth, they need to write Neil deGrasse Tyson and be like, "Why the fuck did you say that shit is flat as shit?" Because it is.
What the fuck are you smoking?
Hey, why the fuck, bro, are you the best fucking flat earther and you're supposed to be the fucking
Qualified?
pseudosciencer as well? Dude, we love you no matter what, bro. Woo!
Are you qualified to say that though, Neil? That it looks flat from Honey Chain
Neil
Point of view?
deGrasse Tyson is my favorite flat earther. And
Yeah,
if
because that's
anybody
what's saying.
wants to fucking deny me, well, guess what? You have a long legion of poorly written letters begetting you, you fucking simp clown, stupid dumb fuck. Neil deGrasse Tyson is my favorite flat earther.
The point is, I got you
That
here,
shit
right?
is flat. Hey, guess what? He said it. We don't have to write him a letter about it. We don't have to fucking confirm that your shit, dumb
Without
shit,
me, you would never
is
know what gravity
denied.
is, right?
Neil
Without me,
deGrasse Tyson is our
with gravity.
king flat
Not
earther. Write him a letter. Write him a letter. Write him a strongly. Please write Neil deGrasse Tyson a strongly worded letter. You stupid fuck.
But there is
You think you
here,
can do better than I can? Do it.
here on the outer ring of the Milky Way galaxy, here in the universe.
That shit is.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? We astrophysicists believe that. Like, oh, preface, believe.
Turns out there is a magic speed.
Michio Kaku. Yeah, man. It's a crime against humanity. And the world should be angry as fuck about it, but it seems like a joke. Interesting. In the world. In the world. Where balls look flat, one man will explain it all. Right? With one word. Refraction. Summer. Coming to a theater. Totally, man. Imagine how boring life would be without space and movies. Without all these shows and entertainment. Imagine how boring entertainment would be without space. if you're gonna lie, you should tell the biggest lie you can because it's the best kind of lie to tell you. You can't tell just a small lie. You have to tell big lies. You want people to believe it.
Yeah, big enough, loud enough, and often enough, right?
Yes. All the time. You gotta live it, right? You have to call upon the spirit of the character to inhabit your body and your vessel. You must live the life. That's called the method in Hollywood acting. I couldn't act that. That's what Grant. I mean, that's what Denzel Washington says. I couldn't. You know, he had to pray for the character to come in. You know what I mean? Like, and let it take control of him. It's like, yeah, like these fucking rappers and singers, right? Rain Man, right? Get your Rain Man on. Yeah, we got some spirits, man. It's like, yeah, Uranus, you got like Jupiter, Mars, God of War. That's where we're going. Going to war. It's the best way to control people. War. Oh my god. Oh my god. Something bad is about to happen. What? Aliens. Oh my god.
I think war is to cull any masculinity left in the society. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
among
War.
other things,
Yeah,
it's always multifaceted, but it's one of the reasons.
no, anything to get people like tribal mentality, you know? Like left versus right, red versus blue, you know.
Yeah, it achieves many things. Yeah.
False dichotomies. Oh my god, some guys in some caves just attacked us. Like, what? How? We're the United fucking States of America. How the fuck is that possible? Are you serious? That's all it fucking takes? Some farmers in a cave? What the fuck? I'm out of here. I'm gonna go fucking do some farming and some caving and shit.
Yeah, if that's all it took at this
Yeah.
rate, like 20 years on, America should be like dust, man. You know, you guys would have been steamrolled at this point. It was just fucking farmers.
Fucking fishermen and shit. I wonder what they can fucking do, right?
You'd be losing a city block every fucking week, man.
Really? That's what happened? Cool story. Who the fuck came up with that? I mean, not tell a fucking good story, man. Where's Hollywood? Where's all the writers gone? Damn. Really bad writing, eh? This is a threat to our democracy and way of life. I think that's what the news said. It's not okay to think the earth is flat. Michelle Thaler. She's a NASA scientist. She thinks we're complicated rocks. And she thinks life is not real. You know, there's no such thing as life.
There's no such thing in my world as life, really. That we're very complicated rocks.
What a fucking dunce, man.
She looks crazy, though, you know, with her hair and her freaking eyes and shit, and her stare is like, you know, she's not there. Nobody's home. It's like, I wonder what the magic word is to trigger words. Abracadabra. Oh.
Where's that video of her like doing a presentation, just fucking, and someone's just labeling all the psychological disorders she's listing about herself? Anyone know that one? Yeah, she's talking about being totally neurotic and fucking sleeping with every man she comes across and all types of other stuff. She's a train wreck.
It
Yeah, man.
sounds like
I'll
something.
play it. That got played the other day. I'll find it and post it for you.
These people are creepy, man. Like, it sounds like the metaverse. It sounds like the digital world to me. Because you know how people talk about uploading their conscious to the freaking universe. I mean, this is how stupid they are, man. I mean, how crazy it is. It's like space time. That
I
they're
keep
in.
saying we're already in like a metaverse world, man. The internet is the metaverse, you know.
Yeah.
That's why people have lost their minds so badly, because they're not living in reality.
Because they're afraid to live. That's
I
why
know.
they're afraid to die. Afraid to live and make mistakes and learn and then die. They're afraid of that. They're. I want to escape. Like, escape to where, asshole?
Yeah, escapism, man. It's obsession with it, you know.
Yeah. Like, escape to where? This is where we are. This is where we live, our home. This is where it is. Like, this is where it's at. This is where it matters. You know,
Yeah,
doing
I mean, it might sound a bit contrived, but I think a part of like enlightenment and that whole notion is overcoming your desire for escapism. You know, like the whole point is to not want to leave Earth because it's an amazing place. You know, you're supposed to want to actually enjoy it and contribute towards it. You know, but all these fucking glober loonies, man, all they want to do is go to other planets and just everywhere else except here. You know.
like, dude, try going to a desert. Okay, now what? Okay, now try staying there for a couple of
Mhm.
months. Now what? Scared? Too far? Try sailing out into the middle of the ocean. See how that feels. Can't even do that. Scary. Wants to go to Mars.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we could just put them in the middle of the Sahara if they want to, you know, fucking live in domes and shit, like as if they're on Mars. You know, they wouldn't do it. You know.
They can't even handle the ocean, you know, being out there on your own. And you think you can go to space where there's nothing, no water, nothing, no one? Like, just go to sleep. Like, if you just put yourself in a coma if you don't want to live. Damn.
Thanks for the vid, by the way, old dude.
You know, some people want to cryogenically freeze themselves. You know, I hear some teenagers on these documentaries. They don't want. They want to wake up in the future and reap the benefits. You know, of the future. I was like what? Like flying cars, living forever? Are you
You know, the
serious?
only reason they want to do that is because they need to be frozen for about 300, 400 years to actually be smart in the world. You know, like idiocracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll get frozen for about that time, come out, and they'll be geniuses, man. Saying that level is curved and shit like that, you know. They'll be like, oh my god.
You can rule it over, lord it over the monkeys and the apes. Yeah. Yes. It's crazy. I mean, but people believe this crap and you know, just fear. Tell somebody a story and then because you know when you were younger, you used to imagine and wonder about all kinds of stuff, but now I don't. 'Cause
I mean, it's, you know, it's healthy to imagine and visualize and set goals for the future, but just gotta be careful not to get carried away and live
and
in
like,
your mind, you know.
but if you
Actually
straight up
become.
lie to children and form a school, an education, an indoctrination system that to lie, you know what I mean, to own to manage the knowledge, whatever it is, arbitrary or what, but you know, you're straight up lying to people, right? Like as a young person, your imagination, you know, is powerful. You know, you you're hungry for knowledge. You know what I mean? And it's like by the end of school, you hate it. Either you hate it or I don't know, but
Yeah, I
you
absolutely
don't.
detested school. It was a complete waste of time. Just I don't know, enjoyed it for the people, friends and whatnot.
Well, it's child abuse.
But the
It's
rest
just
of it,
all
no.
kinds of abuse, mental abuse. It's like an experiment, some kind of shit. Like we don't teach. That's not how we raise our children. Like we work with our children. Right? Like if you're families, you raise your children by taking them to the farm with you and doing stuff together and teaching them. Uncles and extended families, eventually communities. You know what I mean? They all like we don't
Mhm.
freaking force ourselves to go like like ding ding and then live miserable lives. That's brainwashing. I mean, that's gotta be.
The most wholesome people you meet, like they always have a background on coming up on a farm or something like that, and living that upbringing.
I call it capitalism, but it's not. And they call it communism, but it's not. It's the same thing. It's right in the middle, right? It's whatever, but it's not natural. So yeah,
What
of
is
course.
what isn't schooling?
Yeah, the way life is set up. You know, the way jobs and the way the industrial revolution created the cities and this way of living that we live. Where
Mm.
we don't have anything. You don't own anything at all. Like you're, it's like you're a product, a human resource. There it is. Yeah, that's the word. Like,
Yeah, commodified.
yeah.
Yeah, real quick, we're joined by a boiled pork chop. There was also a chimpanzee who just left, so.
Oh, what's up, boiled pork chop? Add some curry. I mix some curry and flour, some onions, some vegetables like carrots, potatoes, celery, whatever. And now it's an awesome pork chop soup. Basil, basil. So boiled pork chop. What's up, man? What do you think? Is it ball? That?
No, they didn't want that smoke bong. They ran.
Oh yeah, it's all right. Nobody does. Not even Neil deGrasse Tyson. I mean, look at him and Eric Dubay, right? I thought that would be nice, but then he didn't want that smoke too. So it's like, well, who does? There's no one else. Remember, remember when people thought the pandemic was more important than flat Earth? Psh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
That was funny.
What pandemic?
The failed one. I mean, there's still climate change and aliens and other things people think are more important, like stopping wars and shit. It's like, really? People knew the Earth was not a ball. People would not want to fight wars because it wouldn't make any sense.
If people just stopped their fucking busybodying the entire world, then everything would be better. Yeah.
I mean,
That's why Earth is important, because it teaches you to mind your own fucking business, essentially. You know, you're no authority over another, and no other person is an authority over you. So get on with your life, and yeah, let others get on with theirs.
Well, found out that all these wars were orchestrated by the same people that's telling them the Earth is a ball and we're all gonna die if we don't do these stupid things.
Hey, Bong!
Yo!
How's it going?
Hey, you know, it's going. It's getting
Hey,
hot here. How are you?
Hey, you guys, do you know a guy named Rebel?
Mm,
He
Yeah,
meant
I'm sure we got a rebel.
he mentioned this channel. I was watching a video. Dory Love, I think is his name. I can put a link in there, but he's on there live right now, and there's like probably 10 people against him with, like, he's Flat Earth, the rebel guy, and he mentioned our server, so I didn't know if you guys knew he was live over there.
Only 10?
No, I didn't. We need to drop a
No,
link for it, Christy.
Could you send a
it was
link in
like
the live
8
stream
people or something.
voice chat?
Maybe
I mean,
8 people. And they're like laughing at him and stuff. Oh, it was making me mad.
I mean, yeah, he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's really chill. He's like, I can explain all of that to you. And then they gave him like a hard time about like if he was saved first to make sure he wasn't, I don't know, to test his spirit or something. And just, I don't know. They're talking about gravity right now.
Okay. How's you doing with gravity? Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, I don't know how to explain it either, so.
Well, who does?
I know, that's what I
What's the
kept saying.
name?
Like, it's a theory.
What's the name of the YouTube channel?
It's a Dory Love.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I put a link in there.
Live stream for.
Yeah, it's live right now. Long time no see, Bong.
Yes, long time no see. I heard you in here a couple of times, but yeah.
Yeah, I was
So,
freaking out the other day. I popped in here. I was like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. The Canadians they're getting ready to tow all their trucks. Now they're like taking away their gas and stuff. I guess they had to give some of it back, but the judge ordered them to, as long as it's not on the ground or something. Like if it's on your vehicle, the cops can't take it. If it's on private property, the cops can't take their gas. But if the people start helping to give the truckers gasoline, then they can get arrested. And now today, they aren't allowed to honk the horns anymore or they'll get arrested. It's getting more and more, tyranny. It's crazy.
Yeah. Do they still
No,
honk?
that'll help them. First, they got all the truckers saying, "Fuck it, we're not gonna be ferrying stuff around," and then they're just gonna arrest all the truckers. That's certainly gonna, fix the problems they're causing.
There's a bridge,
I
or
hope they
there's
keep
like,
honking the horns.
it's all backed up and nobody can get across the bridge. Today was bring a gas can day. So, like, bring an empty gas can. All the people that were visiting, that were in town. And I counted like 20 people, just from what I was watching. I saw gas cans. It was pretty funny. Now people start bringing horns. They can't honk anymore.
So basically, it's like you can't protest, right? They don't want people to protest or
Right.
go against the narrative.
And so much free speech is taken away. Like, if you don't put this warning on your YouTube channel that the narratives that are in this video don't go along with the views of the WHO or whatever, then they'll take your YouTube channel. They gave me 2 strikes. So I can't upload, I can't go live. It just, ugh.
Maybe you should change platforms and let your audience know to join you on that platform. I don't know. Library, LBRY. That's all right. I don't know
What do
if
you
you can
mean?
live LBRY. That's another video sharing platform, but it's decentralized.
Oh, okay. LBRY.
Yeah. A lot of people have moved there.
I started doing it on Rumble.
Rumble.
Just
Yeah.
uploading it to that one.
Oh yeah. Just share the links. Yeah, with your on social media. Whatever.
Yeah.
Twitter.
How many times has this one been taken down? A bunch? No, just once, right?
Helios YouTube or
Yeah,
just
yeah. Helios.
I don't know. You
Once.
got
Just once, I think.
yeah. It's been taken down for
Dog snoring. I better get to bed. I can't sleep with all this going on. Oh, it's getting crazy.
deep breathing helps a lot when you're lying down. Just in your nose deep and then slow exhale, slow deep breaths, and then relaxed.
Yeah. Or hold my breath till I pass out.
Don't hold your breath.
Just kidding. Well, you guys take care. I love you all. Keep up the good work with the flat earth because it is making a difference.
You too, Christy. Have a good night.
Yeah. Time is
Thanks.
short too because they'll probably shut down all free speech before we know it.
Can't wait. Have a good night.
I think we'll all get to go fishing more.
Yeah.
Okay, good night.
Good night, Christy. Have a good night. Like V for Vendetta. It's not okay to think the earth is flat. Shall Dollar. Yeah. It's not okay. You mean it's not right? It's not legal? I mean it's not okay, right? Is it okay to value life, Michelle Dollar? Not okay to value life. Because there's no such thing as life. Right? Rocks. Very complicated rocks. Um, for example, there's very spheroid rock that looks flat. It's very complicated. I guess you could say the Earth is a very complicated rock. Why? Because it looks flat. Sounds complicated. It's complicated. For example, refraction, gravity, Big Bang, and Uranus. You mean Uranus? Uranus. Did you know that Uranus smells like farts? Fun fact. That's ridiculous. Why would the government lie about that, right? Come on, man. There are universities, there are companies and organizations and smart people, and NASA, not to mention, right? Like, that do things. I mean, this is life, man. Like, look at my cellular phone. Look at look at my car. Look at my wife. What? Evolution, man. We gotta help it out. Somebody mute him. Did he leave? Stop wrecking Nora. Hide the horses. Oh, bang, right? Like, I'm gonna tell a story. Boom, bang. And at the fraction of the bang, like split. At the plank time, like smaller than plank time, right? It could have been anything. Anything. But what it is, it's like gravity could have been too weak to bring, like the configuration of the universe so that we can talk about it today so that we can exist, right? It was like only a god could have done it. That's what I'm saying, right? It's like only a god. That's the argument for God on a globe Earth. Yeah. Like, why are you even thinking about that though? If you think you're on a globe Earth, like because a priest, because a Catholic priest told you, is that why? It's like Catholic priest? Why would a Catholic priest come up with a fucking, cosmology that goes against God and the religion that he's a part of? Like, what kind of church does that? And then
You
teaches,
heretic.
yeah?
You heretic. You don't wanna believe. You gonna see. NASA gonna go to Saturn. Is raining diamonds, and they will bring diamonds for everybody. Gonna be rich. You don't believe it.
All those diamonds, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's good
feel like
investment.
yeah, it might be a bad idea.
NASA budget is the best investment of mankind.
That's
Yeah.
just gonna lower the value of diamonds. It's not just bad idea. Remember when Cortez brought back all that gold and he thought he was rich, but he just freaking
Yeah.
yeah. Like, what are you gonna do with all those diamonds, man? What, you gonna eat it? What are you gonna?
What you gonna cut with them? Yeah.
Yeah, stare at it. It's like really bit heavy. I don't think we got the gas for that. Like, you got the technology for that? What, some kind of quantum rocket with quantum
Oh,
fuel?
quantum rocket.
So kind of like what's the word? What's the instant transmission thing? Be two places at once, where you're connected or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Talking.
Elon Musk must make a starship to fly to Saturn and bring all a starship transporter so they can transport all those diamonds, to bring them.
How long would that take? How long is the one-way trip?
Oh my God.
You have to go though, and I always wonder, like, how big is how do these how do Cassini and Voyager like not get damaged by debris? Just stuff in space, right? And then,
Yeah. But why did they send them in this long voyage, such a long distance and time? So much time. Why didn't they just teleport it? Because
teleporters
they
were
have.
invented at the time.
Well, they have. We see this technology on the ISS. They have teleportation. So.
Yeah, yeah. Augmented reality. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
hell,
it existed even when was the Star Trek launched?
Star Trek.
In the
Yeah,
60s, Star Trek first aired, right?
yeah, the first show in the
I want to say it
60s. It
was,
means
yeah,
yeah,
like
it
61
means
maybe, I
they
think.
had they had this teleportation technology back then. So why did they bother going in a lunar module to the moon? They just teleport themselves, you know.
Not magic. It's not voodoo. It's not some kind of.
Yeah.
It's
But they had to get
technology.
the snapshot of the Earth as a globe.
Well, I did think about the technology, right? And I was like, what would that mean for me, though? Like, how are you gonna take my atoms apart and rearrange them, and me not dying? Like, how do you transport me, though? Like, if you
Your
transport the
essence,
yeah,
right? The essence in the meat suit, right? How do they get
yeah,
Bung in the other side, right? And how do they know you're not going to show up as Sung Bao, right?
yeah. Exactly. It's like, how does that work? Have you guys figured that out though? Like,
Like all the DNA strands are in the exact same place, and
right?
you just happen to have everything you need right there to write a meat suit.
What kind of technology? How would that? So you're moving something physical. Let's take a rock. Let's say a rock. All right. Can, ah, that's simple, right? Not really, but what? Do you shoot it with lasers? But you just magically disappear and then reappear. Uh, I suppose.
like a fluid, a liquid, water. If you pour it on the top of the hill, it will leak all the way to the bottom where the surface is flat, and then it will just stay flat there. It will not leak anymore anywhere. It will be still.
Aquifers, yeah. Yes.
So why doesn't continue perpetually moving?
Because there's rock.
Flowing.
Yeah, where the rock is, the water's like, oh, too dense. It's like we're
Sticking
gonna have
to
to.
it. Yeah.
Anybody want to use us to grow marijuana? You can dig me up.
Well, the reason it doesn't flow is because it has nowhere down to go.
Yeah, dig a well. That's where you dig wells. The water. Because I heard they can do things like create a virtual copy of you in a digital world. Like I wonder if they can do it with like the whole thing. But then, is it really a vessel that can be inhabited if by an intelligence? I don't know.
Yeah. It has to start with an avatar.
Yeah, avatar, exactly.
Yeah.
And can it interact with the real world, right?
Yeah. It starts with building it up, from scratch, designing it, blah, blah. And later it's gonna end up with some sort of foolishness like download yourself into it, transfer yourself.
I don't
And
even
that
know.
will be it.
What do you mean transfer myself?
Yeah, like download your
Hey,
consciousness.
are you trying to fight me? Are you asking me to fight you? Like, no. Upload. Like, what?
Upload. Yeah.
This guy insulting me? Like, no, he's asking you. Like, sounds like he's telling me to kill myself. uh, what is consciousness, right? I guess that's the question.
Yeah. But I mean they
like
they
an exhibit.
control obviously they control all these electronic impulses. Like money, your Visa, MasterCard, everything. It's an electronic impulse. They control it all. So why would you put your soul into this system which they actually control?
Well, the Bible says the life is in the blood. I don't see any consciousness being placed in anything that's truly alive without blood. And as far as I can tell, consciousness is just a generalized activity like running. but it doesn't have a concrete form. Like running doesn't have a block of running or a color. It's a bunch of activities that a physical thing participates in. A person runs just like a person has consciousness, but consciousness is nothing in and of itself as far as we can tell.
A spirit, then, right?
More than
Hey,
likely.
Lemon, but it does say that some people will be seeking for death, and death will be running away from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if they lose their physical body, and they will still be searching for death, how can we explain? I mean, they have to be downloading into something to find a different way to exist, which is ungodly, of course.
I think the way to heal the body and to basically regenerate it to the point where it can't die very easily. That's what I suspected. But once
That's
you're
what AI.
separated from the body, that's death. So,
That's
physical
exactly
death
what AI
anyway.
is doing. Yeah, exactly what AI is doing today. Yeah. Healing
Yeah.
at some local. Yeah,
So,
it's crazy.
I
so
think
somebody
the
asked a question.
nanochip. What's that?
You go ahead, bro. Go and finish.
No, what was saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So somebody asked, what is consciousness? And I would venture to say, the consciousness is the thing that makes the evolutionist, Big Bang cosmologist archetype tell the truth, right? Because they can't explain consciousness. So for once in their life, they have to explain that I don't know how rocks came up with consciousness.
Right, right.
Please
Or
continue.
what
I
do they
wanted to hear what you
call it?
had to say, Lindenberg.
What about soul? Is it not the soul? Like the study of psychology is the study of the soul. Would that be correct? Saying, yeah, this thing that lives in you.
I think it's something like that. Some of these terms appear to be kind of interchangeable. Mind, soul, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know how
when
the
he quoted the
Nephilim.
Bible, he said life is in the blood. It actually says that the soul is in the blood, but when you think about what is a soul, right? Well, the Titanic, so many souls were lost, right? So the soul and the life is interchangeable. But you don't think about it when you see it that way at first, or at least I didn't.
How many souls on board? Yeah.
How many souls were lost?
Yeah.
That poor
Pilots call
soul.
it. Like how evil spirits are disembodied spirits, but they're stuck on Earth because they were not, because they didn't come from God. About when people die, the spirit returns to God who gave it. Or I heard there was a place up there, a very smooth place with hollow places that look scary, where souls go when they die. And Abel is there. Abel is there, making his complaints and against Cain. Enoch. Remember?
His cry out, yeah.
Yeah. Smooth, like flat places with holes in, like a mountain, like or something. I don't know. That means like smooth. It must look scary or big. It must have been big. I mean, how many souls are there? Eh?
In totality, whew, a lot.
Yeah.
So my son played this video game one time, and he was showing it to me. And in this video game, it's like in the distant future, and what they were doing is they were taking like images of their self and putting it in a robot, and then the robot would go right, and then someone would realize that wait a minute, you put your image right? But that doesn't mean the original image ever goes away. So there's like multiple clones of like the same person. And I can't remember the video game, but spoiler alert. He basically realizes at the end when he's sending himself to the new future that it's not going to be in the same body. So he sent his programming or whatever in a new body. So the old body was left behind. You know, it's a robot body. It's not even human anymore. But they still considered them humans. And when he realized that it was just a copy of himself that he sent, and that the real him was like still inside the consciousness, was still inside the robot, he like lost his mind.
When the clone wakes up, a copy of a copy.
Yep.
You know, we're created in the image. Like if you believe in the Bible, you know, the image of the Creator. I don't know what that
But
means,
then, but we're light beings, are we not?
I don't know. I think,
You
yeah,
know?
I mean, not light, but I think spirit beings is better. I don't know.
Martin, have
Meta?
you ever seen a dead body, like a dead human or a dead animal?
Yes, yes.
So when you come upon it, you immediately know, right, that the spark is gone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So when you feel there's no pulse, right, and there's no breathing, there's no temperature, right, and you know the rigor mortis is set in, like it's a carcass, right? So at that point, the spark is gone, right? So the life is, what is it? Is it the electron signals that keeps the, you know, the oxygen flow to the body?
I think
What
I
is?
think the body is also as important as the spirit or the light that's left, because eventually I think in the end it's going to rejoin as a new creation, right? A new body. But so that's why, you know, the image, because it's created in the image, and who knows, you know, Solomon, I think Solomon, who knows if an animal spirit goes up or down, man's goes up or down. So, you know, the body, the image, like every creature, if you look at every creature, you know, the 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 creature, God, you know, God loves every sparrow, he knows every sparrow that falls, you know, and how much is a sparrow, then how much more are you. You know, the flowers, the dandelion that blooms in the morning and withers in the evening. And then there's you, yeah. I mean, so like, you know, everything, you know, seems to be a story. I'm gonna get corny. Is praising God's, is singing God's praises for, for the
So
heavens.
I've lost a cat before. It was really rough because it's like a cat I rescued from my grandmother's house, and we were like, you know, like computer buddies. I would sit down and play the computer, and he would just be like sitting right next to me. He was sitting down like a human, looking at himself, you know. And he was, in a lot of ways, he was a lot like Al Bundy, just always sitting there, just nuts out and hand in his pants, and you know, and I called him Stinker. Well, he got hit by a car a few years back. It was like as I went and got him, and I wrapped him in a towel, his burial shroud, and I buried him. It's like, man, that sucked, and I cried a lot. I cried for hours, and it was like I would cry and then close my eyes and then wake up, like I mean, open my eyes and then just shoot tears everywhere. Like it was so bad. It was so rough.
Yeah,
But it was like my spark, his spark is gone. Like he
yeah,
doesn't have the spark. Like here's his body, right?
yeah,
But his spark is completely gone.
yeah.
So
I'm
we're the light
thinking,
being, right? Are we the light being? But we're clothed in animal skin, right? Just like Genesis says.
yeah, but you know, I think when Adam's body, you know, and Eve's body before the fall, you know, may have been perfect because they were able to be in God's presence. God used to visit, and walk with them, and hang out with them,
I
and
don't
then
say the
as a
word of God
goal,
was in the argument. Didn't it say the word of God?
yeah.
Let me go back and
But
look.
I don't think this body is able to, the sin body is able to be in God's presence anymore without um dying or being destroyed because of and that's why the new Adam was able to fulfill the law and yeah, the story became the perfect atonement, right, for you know Barnabas. If you think about Barnabas, that's the world, and took Barnabas's place. Pilate was funny. He's like, "Oh, this guy hasn't done anything according to our law. I mean, what's up with this? Like, why do you guys want to kill him?" And they're like, "Well, according to our laws, this guy committed blasphemy. He's saying this, that he's God and all that. He's God's son, and he's equal to God because he's God's son. It's like he's deserving of death." It's like, well, another question. Look, guys, look, this guy is a murderer and a rapist. He's very deserving of death. So I'll give you a choice, right? Barnabas or Jesus? I was like, yeah, he probably didn't expect the people to pick Barnabas. Oh man, the shock Pilate must have had when they picked Barnabas. He would have been like, "Oh yeah, I'm washing my hands right now," because these people are crazy.
Can't find what I was looking for. Did I remember it wrong?
What's up?
So was God in Eden like God Himself? Because He normally doesn't come to Earth, right? He's usually hanging out in the throne room, right?
Yeah. Before the fall, everything was good. Remember everything. So of course he came down and he walked. It said he walked as he was walking in the cool of the day, right? In the garden. He was walking in the cool of the day. And then he was like, "Adam, where's Adam? Wow, this is unusual." Like, "Adam, where are you?" "I'm over here." "Where?" "Over here." Like, "Why are you hiding?" "Oh, I didn't want you to see me." You know what I mean? Like, see you. Did you eat? Yeah, Christians shouldn't believe the Earth is a ball because it's not biblical. Either is Christmas, Easter, Halloween. What other holy days, holidays? Like, when is the Sabbath? The seventh day, right? So why do people go? Why do people go to church and observe the first day of the week, the Sunday, and they go party on Friday night, right? Which is when the Sabbath begins, and they get drunk all night into the daytime, and then And people go party on Saturday. Some people say, I don't think you should question, certain things about, like, nationalism. I think they know what they're doing, And Christians, right? Like, I think it's arrogant to do that. We know everything about everything. That's not arrogant. But you thinking that the earth, everything revolves around you, that's arrogant. It's not what we mean by everything revolves around us, right? It's like, no, we're just saying the sun, moon, and stars are revolving around us. Oh, you think everything revolves around you, don't you? Are you some kind of prima donna or something? Gosh, so arrogant. No, look at it, right? What are you talking about? Little things should revolve around big things, right? It's bro. It's not even a philosophy, is it? Everybody knows that big things attract small things. Like, really? How? We'll drop something. Like, I don't know what the fuck that means. So the Earth is a big thing, right? It's so big, it looks flat. What the? What?
It's amazing how eager the enslaved are to play their roles, isn't it? Just to never question anything their masters tell them. And just get, go ape shit at anybody that does, Try and reel them back into the enslavement.
Yeah, and why did they name all the wandering stars after Roman deities? That's kind of like, I was like, really? So it's not a religion still? No, poetry. It's poetry. It's just, Hey, but why Rome? Why the Roman gods? Why not the Chinese? Well, not the why not? Why the Roman gods? Right? Like, why even gods? Like, isn't science supposed to be some kind of like anti-god thing? And this is Jupiter.
Yeah, you should literally just be, this is star 1, this is star 2, this is star 3, this is
Right.
star 4. That would be the scientific terms for it.
Right. Star 225 dash B, C or whatever,
Yeah.
naming conventions, right? Computers don't know names, dummy.
But they opted to give them their own personalities. Strange.
And this is the planet Saturn. What does that mean? Like the Roman god Saturn? No, what? What do you want me to do with that information?
Isn't CERN a pagan deity's name? Isn't CERN Saturn's wife?
Yeah, it's a some kind of forest antler deer god of the forest, Cernanus, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's coincidence. They're all coincidence. So many. Sure. Yeah, sure.
Hey, I used to have a cat whose name was Sebastian, but I quickly started calling him Sir Bastard. Because a little motherfucker would come up like he was all lovey-dovey, right? And then he'd turn around and bite the shit out of your hand. And then, like, rub on you again. And then bites you again. It's like, you little sir bastard. And he's like,
Well, that's what they
and
do. I
then,
know.
then I feel bad, right? I feel real bad. I mean, stupid fucking cat. I mean, he should have learned. But, you know, curiosity killed the cat. And I'll tell you why. We had a big-ass bonfire.
Oh,
And
my God.
no, this was 2 days after the fire was done. Cat was wandering outside, right? And I guess there was still a little bit of warm coals, right? Because the ashes, a little bit of the ashes were dancing, right? And I thought it was just the wind. And I'm sitting there picking up like all the beer cans and stuff from the bonfire. And the cat goes walking up there and jumps in the middle of that ash pile, right? Going after the ashes that are moving. Well, he jumps in there and then he just this horrible cry, just and just takes off running, burn all the pads off the bottom of his paws, man. Poor cat. But that's why curiosity killed the cat, because they're curious about things. I mean, if we could only speak cat, we can download an app that like will translate cat speak into like text. It's crazy. It's called Meowt. Try it out. Try it out.
But it didn't kill him.
You say Meow Talk?
No, it didn't. Huh?
Did you say Meow Talk? The name of the app?
Yeah, Meow Talk. It's an app.
Oh,
That
wow.
way, you know, I could have sat there and said, "No, Sebastian, don't go in the fire; it'll hurt you." And then translating is like, you know, it's like that'd be cool. Wouldn't that be cool?
No. Sebastian. Meow. How do I do?
I'm thinking the only thing we'll get from animals, if we could ever understand them, is them telling us how dumb we are. So
We think we're so fucking smart. We can only talk to certain people. A fucking dolphin can talk to a whale, let alone other dolphins. And not just in that ocean, but anywhere.
The dolphin whisperer.
We're fucking dumb, dude. I'm sorry to say it. The only thing that makes us different is opposable thumbs. Huh?
You're just catching up.
Well, no, I'm trying to cut it up, you know.
Hey, but real Meow Talk though, right? Real.
Yeah. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, sorry.
Meow Talk.
I want to keep it real meow. I mean, right? Meow meow. Sorry. Okay, you say meow. Meow now.
Yeah, I did. I said, it's a new definition to catcalling.
Super troopers.
Are you calling me a cat? Do you see me walking around all nimbly bimbly? Or do you see me drinking milk from a saucer? Now you shut up, right meow. Shit, I'll write you up right here. Shit. Make fun of my speech impediment.
That technically would be the proper catcalling for some people out there, you know, the furries and shit.
Yeah, just down with
Anunnaki spirits. No.
So cool, man.
Now think about it, man. I mean, where else? I mean, in ancient times, right? You had these strange flesh, these sodomites, right? And they thirsted after these strange flesh, right? Now, what would this strange flesh be? Well, you see depictions on these walls in these ancient places of half human, half animal hybrids. Wouldn't that be strange? Talk about getting some strange, huh?
Half angels or half.
Well, no, that's why they lusted after the angels, because they had never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
What about Gamora? Do you know what Gamora's sin was?
Where the half human, half angel hybrids were like the kings of the world, and everyone else was a beast. Like human was beast. You're food, right? Because they ate
Well, the
everything.
giants are the
So
kings.
right, the men of renown, heroes of old.
Yeah, those aren't necessarily Nephilim. They're of Nephilim blood. But Nephilim's not flesh and blood. It's spirit.
Well, the first ones, the first ones, you know, when the 200 came down.
Well, think about it. Like Nimrod, he said he's 1/3 man and 2/3 God.
Yeah, and they hated people because, you know,
How can he be
well,
2/3 God and 1/3 man? That doesn't make sense. But it does if you are a man and you've done sorcery and whatever to make yourself a warlord, a god in your land. And then you take on a Nephilim spirit and become inhabited, and you become 2 parts God. Right? And maybe that is what transformed him into a giant. We don't know. Maybe that's what is going on.
maybe it's in the next generation. Maybe generations are going to be modified through medical, through upgrades
I
like
think
Windows
Jim
11.
Carrey.
Yeah,
I think Jim
through,
Carrey is a giant.
through Windows
Remember
upgrades.
when he
Yeah,
did that movie Mask?
which
When
one?
he did that movie Mask, he did an interview, and he says, "Oh, I loved watching myself perform for this. This is a great theater," or something like that. And he was sitting there saying, "It's nothing like seeing your crotch giant, like displayed on the silver screens, like you're a 12 or an 80-foot tall giant." And everybody starts laughing at him. And he goes, "What?"
Yeah. You know, an 80-foot giant's penis could probably crush you easily just by, you know, sitting down, dropping it on your head. That's like dropping a tree. It's like dropping a tree on your head, right? On you. Like, wonder what they wore. You know, those giants, those really big ones. I mean, they must have been really intelligent, right? Because of the stuff they built.
What do you think parasites are, Bob?
Uh,
Biblically
bankers.
speaking.
Oh,
No, the
bankers.
parasites, like the hookworm, the tapeworm, candidus,
Yeah.
the things that find their habitation inside of you.
Opportunists.
Opportunist.
Yeah.
Think about it. What invades a body and possesses it makes it a habitation?
Spirits.
Demons.
Yeah. Hmm.
Maybe that's what parasites are, is demons manifested.
Or sin.
Because a demon will influence your mind, right? Cause you to do things that you normally wouldn't do. Did you know that there's a parasite that cats and mice share? And when the mouse is infected with the parasite, the part of the brain in the mouse that does the fear and survival instinct is severed through an infection. And the mouse will go up to a cat and be all friendly to it, so the cat will eat it and then pass it on through its feces, so other mice will get infected with it. Candidus is in your gut, in everyone's gut, especially if you're an American or ever lived in the United States or eaten American food from a restaurant. You have gut bacteria called candidus. Well, it's not really bacteria, more like a flora, like a fungus, right? And this craves sugar. It lives on sugar, so it causes you to, crave sugar.
What's the best way to clear something like that?
It's some HP Lovecraft type level. Right? Not the big ones, big monsters, but they're actually
Alone, if they lied about everything, then why wouldn't they lie about that? Right? I mean, oftentimes the worms are always associated with the foul spirits, the demons.
Yeah, furry.
Yeah, I mean, anytime a demon kind of like disintegrates in a movie or something, it's always it bursts into a whole bunch of insects and this type of stuff. Generally. So that's the depiction anyway.
I mean, if they've lied about everything, right? They've lied about the earth. They've lied about government. They've lied about the stars. They tell you they're giant balls of gas, right? How the fuck do we even know what the hell the heavens are if we haven't even explored the depths of the ocean or what's in the depths of the earth? How can we ever hope to understand?
Probably demons stuck under stuff. I don't know. In the ocean. I don't know. There's probably. I don't know. Where do demons live?
Inside you. Seen that show Monsters Inside Me?
Do they, wander around in other animals until they find you? Well, I'm talking about like you remember that man that Jesus drove Legion out of, and they
And
all.
the worms live in every host. It's hard to choose which ones they'll gnaw the most.
Remember Legion?
The horrible people,
When
the horrible people.
when Jesus told Legion to go into the pigs, right?
Yep.
They're
And
like,
then where
"No,
did they
he's
go?
gonna send us to hell yet. Is it time?" And they're like, "No, go. Can we go into the pigs? Okay, go." And then they entered the pigs,
And
and the
what are the
pigs.
pigs full of?
Yeah.
What are the pigs full of? Worms, right? Still today, they're full of worms.
Yeah, but they
And
left
then they
one
went into
dude.
the ocean, right? They went into the ocean, to the sea, into the breakers. Now, what do the fish have that you catch at the breakers? Worms, parasites, Legion.
Yeah. I heard the new
Makes
Windows
sense to me.
11. When people die from it, they found white stuff that looks like parasites.
When they die from what?
Huh?
Though?
When they die from the new Windows 11 update,
Fuck, man.
You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
posting.
yeah, these guys have white stuff. And I was like, really? The new Windows? Wow. Like, I don't know. Could be just a story.
Yeah, all these parasite worms, they have demon names in Latin. It's funny. I saw in prison someone who had, and when you sleep at night, they come out from your behind. They take air, and in the morning they go back inside.
Damn.
Very gross. Yeah.